We are live, everybody. We are live. Welcome, 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 welcome to another edition of what? The Let's Talk Coverage Over Cocktail Show, y'all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We want y'all to tune in every Friday night from 8:30 to 10:30. There's the information on the screen. We want y'all to tune in and learn about life insurance, learn about how to get your family covered, learn how to become your own bank, as I like to say it. I just like to get your attention because I like people to call my bluff. But that's what these ladies are here to do every Friday night from 8:30 to 10:30 on the Let's Talk Coverage Over Cocktail. So what I want you to do right now, before I pay a couple bills, y'all, I want you guys to go and get your favorite cocktail. Ladies, your favorite wine. Gentlemen, your favorite cognac, your favorite bourbon, your favorite whiskey, tequila, what tickles your fancy. I want you to go get that right now because we're going to talk about insurance, covering your family, covering yourself with your favorite cocktail in your hand, and you're going to see why in just a minute. They do this cute thing every week where they toast everybody with their wine glasses. So go get your wine glass, go get your drinking glasses, and we're going to talk coverage, life insurance coverage for you and your family. Tag your loved ones, tag your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, your wives, your husbands, your boyfriends, your girlfriends, your sons, your daughters. Tag everybody.
Your side pieces.
Your side pieces. Tag everybody. Your frenemies, your side pieces, your side dudes. Tag everybody because everybody needs to hear this information.
No, yes.
Let me pay a couple bills and then I'm going to introduce the ladies to the show. This show is brought to you by Wagonsfold. Wagonsfoldusa.com. Shop Wagonsfoldusa.com from your phones or your laptops or your tabletops right now. Why? Because it's the best baby stroller in the world. Malcolm, yeah, right. Best baby stroller in the world. Okay, well, just call my bluff. Call my bluff. Go to the website. Check it out. Baby stroller, it can be your grocery wagon. It can be your fishing tackle and hunting tackle. It can hold a lot of things. Go to wagonsfoldusa.com. We thank Wagonsfold for being our proud sponsor. That's all the bills we're paying right now. We'll see y'all later. Right now, it's all about Let's Talk Coverage Over Cocktails. And they're all about what that sign says on the show, on the screen right there. Let's all own our own banks and protect our families against financial devastation if we pass away. Life insurance is key. No more further ado, we're going to introduce you to the cast of the Let's Talk Coverage Over Cocktail Show.
Hey, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Let's Talk Coverage Over Cocktails. Thank you, and happy Friday to everyone. We've got a really outstanding show for you guys. Tonight, we're going to be speaking to you about why we all entrepreneurs and why we got into the business. So I'm Joyce Pinchback Schofield. I hail from the great city of Conroe, Texas. And now I'm going to introduce my co-host to you, Kimberly Hutchinson.
Hello. How are you guys this afternoon? We are here today to talk coverage over cocktails. My name is Kimberly Hutchinson, all the way from Palestine, Texas. Woo! Introduce myself. Who are you? Okay. I am Denise Kinder, also all the way from Palestine, Texas.
Palestine!
Oh, you take down 79 all the way to 45 South, 30 South. That's where we are right now at One Real Talk 100 Radio. Yeah. We're coming to you to tell you why we love what we do, and that's to help people get themselves properly protected. Help me talk, y'all. Properly protected. All right, now we got my other sister down here, Miss
Veronica. So my name is Veronica Haley. I am from Acres Home right here in Houston, Texas.
Acres Home,
baby. And I am just thrilled to be here once again. We have an amazing show for you all. We are going to definitely talk about why we chose to be in this industry so that we can help you all understand the importance of life insurance. And to my right is Miss Barbara.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, Miss
Hey,
Hey,
Miss Barbara.
What's up,
Hey.
Barbara?
I'm so glad to be here with my wonderful co-host again, and Mr. Malcolm and Miss Lisa. Thank you guys for having us.
Woo!
I am Barbara Calvert. Now, I'm from the great state of Arkansas, small town called Marianna by way of Little Rock, Arkansas, Pine Bluff, Arkansas, and Memphis, Tennessee. That's kind of where we hung out, to actually find something to do. But I'm here now in Texas. I live in Missouri City, and we're just here to spread the word, guys, about getting yourself covered, you and your family, and anyone else that's dear to you, just so that you can leave something for your family, for your legacy. We're gonna just entertain the idea of everyone getting protected, so that once you're gone, you're leaving something behind that's not a negative thought, or you're leaving your name in a good way.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
exactly.
So we're going to get started, and thank you guys for tuning in.
Okay, and for you out there that's listening and watching us on tonight, if you have any questions or if you need to know anything about insurance, please go ahead and give us a call here at the station, and we'll be more than welcome to answer the questions that you may have. And we're going to teach you some things that maybe you knew about and some things that you may not have known about. So tonight's going to be a great evening, great interesting evening with my fabulous friends here, as well as my co-workers. And
Now, Joyce, wait a minute.
what?
We done forgot to introduce our other homegirl that's sitting at the table having cocktails with us
That's
tonight.
right.
You know, it's not right for us to just
That's
not
right.
let them know who's all at the table.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because everybody's at the table.
Yeah, we all sitting here. That's
Everybody
right.
at the table. Everybody at the table.
Come on, Miss Lisa.
Pass the
Come
thing.
on.
I didn't forget Miss Lisa.
Everybody should
Welcome,
already
Miss
know who I
Lisa.
am. Oh Lord, he's gonna put me in front
But
of
we
the
got
camera.
There you go.
Welcome,
They need to know
welcome.
that you're one of our friends too, Lisa.
I'm
Let
one
them
of their
know.
friends
You are.
too.
Yeah.
And I'm the other half of him in
Yeah.
our radio
Alright.
station. So I'm possibly joining them also and sitting in tonight. And so anyway, thank you for tuning in, guys. Don't forget to share, like, and comment.
Lisa,
Yeah.
let them know where you're from.
Danube, Scotland.
From
Oh,
Scotland.
awesome.
Yes.
Oh, you're
Yes.
from across, you're from
Yes.
across the water.
We've got all
I
kind of
am.
flavor in
She
here.
said she's from Scotland.
Yes, we is.
Get on in now. Get on in there.
I'm from Scotland. I've been here since I was 13, so you cannot tell anymore. Unless I get around family, and then you can.
Yeah.
Okay.
My brother's actually moving over here starting
Okay,
next
welcome,
week, so
brother.
I'm excited about that. I have a brother and 3 sisters over here, but only one sister that was actually born over there. So there's me, my brother, and my sister that were born over there, and all came over in 1985, military.
Oh,
Navy
okay.
brat.
Oh, military brats.
Awesome.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So been in Houston since '99, I believe.
Okay.
And of course, with the Navy, we traveled a lot. I've been to Florida, Virginia, Missouri, been all over the place. But
Awesome.
so I've been here for a long time, too long.
All right.
Well,
Right.
welcome to the
Thank
team
you, thank you.
and to the family.
Yeah.
Yes,
So,
absolutely.
so you're gonna learn a
I'll
lot
drink to
as
that.
well. Yes.
Absolutely.
Welcome
Absolutely.
again, everybody. Welcome to Let's Talk Coverage Over Cocktails.
Woo!
Yes, yes.
Look, y'all.
So I guess you all are
That guy's the
wondering
real
why
deal.
we got into this business. So we're going to start off one by one, letting you guys know why we got into the business, and also maybe some of our life experiences as to why we chose this industry to make it our life commitment to educating the communities, educating every nationality out there that we can reach. It doesn't matter if you're Black, white, Asian, Latino, Hispanic, whomever you are out there and you're listening to this program, you're about to learn some things that you may not have known. And we're going to educate you on some things that that's dear to our hearts as well. So stay tuned for this great program that we have tonight. So which one of you ladies want to go first?
Well, you the host. I think
I guess
it's only
I
right.
go first.
It's only right that you go ahead and
Oh,
get this
man.
party started.
Yeah, I
It's
can get
after
started.
5 o'clock. I hope everybody got their shoes kicked off.
And it's Friday. Hey, Friday. Yeah, okay, I'll get it started.
My day to play.
So yeah, I'll
I
go
mean,
ahead.
everybody's worked hard this week.
We
Anybody
did.
else been
Yes.
on this week?
It's been
It's
a long
week.
Yeah, long
Long
week, guys.
week.
We've had a long week of just constantly running. We're out in the field. We're meeting people. We're training individuals. We're training individuals on our team, and we're also writing policies.
Yes.
So we're
Yeah.
trying to make
Mhm.
coverage. What, guys?
Contagious.
Yes. So
Read the shirt.
Y'all see, I got your hair.
yeah, we're trying to make this thing contagious,
Yes,
where
we are.
everybody understands the importance of having life insurance. So I'm going to start it off tonight by letting you guys know a little bit about my background, where I came from, and why I actually got into this industry. So I have many different backgrounds as far as being an entrepreneur. I've done several entrepreneurship things on my own in my past, but last year I came from emergency management with a company called BCFS, whom I've been with them for numerous years, and I got off into the insurance business as an adjuster under State Farm. I did that for a while. And basically didn't have any idea that I would ever get into life insurance, which I thought I was, because a friend of mine had actually asked me to, Miss Barbara, back in 2019. 2019, we worked together in emergency management, and I just like, oh no, you do the life insurance thing, I'm gonna go to real estate, right?
Yeah.
So that was my plan, to be a real estate agent, which it still is down the line. So having done that, I went back on deployment, came back in, and I didn't go back out for a while. So I thought, I need to do something.
That
You know,
deployment
so I
wore
need to
us
do
out.
something. Yeah, I need to do something, because being away from home for months at a time, it's kind of tiring. I don't know if anybody has ever done that, where you're gone for
Yes.
3 or 4 months at a time. You have 3 days off, and you go back out again, and you're back at doing 21 straight days. 12-hour shifts. Night shift was my thing. And when I came back, another friend of mine asked me, say, hey, this is what I'm doing. Would you like to do it? And I'm like, yeah, I need a job right now. So I actually got into the adjuster insurance business at that time. So got signed up, went through the classes, did the courses and everything, went through a mentorship, got on with a major company that, we did disasters. I was licensed in 27 different states. Did that for a while. Then my best friend over here,
Hey.
Miss Kim,
BFF.
BFF.
Miss Kim called me up one night and said, hey. I'm like, hey, Kim, hey, girl. She's like, are you still doing the insurance thing? And I'm like, yeah. Well, my thinking was that she was going to actually ask about coming on board with me. Not that I was going to do something totally different. So she's like, well, do you keep, I just want you to keep well, listen, this is her word. Now listen.
Now listen.
So I listened. And so I listened. So she said, I got somebody I want you to talk to, and I want you to just keep an open mind. I'm like, okay. So she gave me the lady's name and told me she was going to be calling me. So the next day I didn't hear anything. So I called her by the afternoon, and I'm like, that lady ain't called me yet. So actually, when my husband was having surgery, I actually called Kim that morning and said, hey, I'm at the hospital, I'm in the waiting room, maybe I can speak with her then. And she did. She called me. And guys, I'm going to tell you something. Being explained to about the importance of having insurance, it was a no-brainer for me. I did not ask to see a presentation. I had no idea what this woman looked like or anything. I said, what's the cost? She told me, and I immediately pulled out my credit card and I signed up. And my reason for that is because my own personal experience of going through having 2 family members pass away back to back.
Yeah.
you know, weeks apart. I lost my mom while I was out on a deployment. Came home, got my mom burial taken care of and everything. Of course, she had no insurance. So that was another factor of listening to the presentation that she, you know, gave to me over the phone. I'm thinking my mom didn't have insurance. I mean, she had insurance, but of course, you know, she had a major accident. It had lapsed in the process of us trying to get her rehabilitated. So she didn't have insurance. So again, I'm listening to all these things, and you have all these things going through your brain about nobody had any insurance.
Right.
And of course, in the process of us having to put our mother away, we got a phone call. My brother had passed away.
Oh, wow.
So of course, again, that was the second person that had no insurance. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. If you've ever lost a loved one and you were the financial provider of having to put them away, you know that can be very not only traumatizing, but financially it can drain you.
Yes.
You know, it can mentally and physically drain you because you don't have the funds. You know, you have to go out there and figure out, how am I going to get this money to bury my mom, or how am I going to get this money to bury my brother or my child or my whomever.
Right.
It can be a mental thing there, and you're trying to figure all this stuff out. So again, being explained to this, I'm like, I got to do this over here. So I did go ahead and sign up for the business by the lady that I was speaking with. And of course, got to doing it. I was still working as an insurance adjuster, working from home. When I couldn't wait, guys. I'm gonna tell you, I could not wait till 5 or 6 o'clock to get here, because I was like on the phone trying to read and calling Kim and asking questions about it, or getting with my mentor, asking the questions about this thing, because it intrigued me. I became excited about it. And I'm telling you, I got to the point where I didn't want to work my other job. I was no good. It was like, y'all just go on and fire me, because I'm not even concentrating over here, because I was in such a rush all day. Like, let me get these other clients over here, because I want to hurry and wait for my time to be off and clock out so I can get over here with the life insurance thing. And I'm telling you, we were fortunate enough to be able to put our mom and my brother away and everything without having to raise a GoFundMe or to raise money by selling barbecue plates or going around to other family members asking for money. And I was blessed, and my sisters and I were blessed in that way to have had that money to do that. But I think about when I wake up in the mornings and I'm lying in bed and I'm looking at my phone and I have that Newsweek, you know, guys, to scroll on your phone. And when I read that, it's someone's family where someone's gotten killed, and they're out there having a GoFundMe, or they don't have the funds, or they're trying to raise money to bury their loved one. It's crazy. So again, me getting into this business was a no-brainer.
Right.
It was just a no-brainer. It was just like, I didn't ask questions about it. I was like, I got to do this. I got to learn. I have so many family members out there, and I'm telling you guys listening, I'm talking about y'all. Y'all need to get some insurance. I'm telling you, you don't have to get it from me if you choose not to, but you need to have something to cover you. There is something out there for you. You just have to get with someone, sit down with them, and let them search for you. Even if you have a policy now, pull that policy out to see what you have, see what it covers. Because we have so many clients now coming up that they don't even have enough coverage. You know, that we're getting as new clients, and they're pulling out the policies, and we're trying to match or get them something better. Even if they want to keep what they have now, we can find something better for them to add on to what they already have. Because in today's society, I don't even think $3,000 would cover a casket. Now it's expensive. Even a tombstone. You know, those things are expensive. Yes. So again, this is why I chose to get into the business. I have too many family members out there. I've had my own personal experiences with family members not having insurance, and then I have friends that I know that have passed on before me, classmates that have passed on before me that has had no insurance whatsoever. And just to see them, I've given to GoFundMe's for friends, and I've given to family members, or I've gone out there and bought a barbecue plate to help them bury their mom or their dad. And we got to stop. That's why we're here. We're trying to educate the communities about how important it is to have that insurance. It doesn't matter. You know, nowadays you can get a policy for $35 to $50 a month and still get something to be able to bury your loved ones or to take care of your loved ones. And there's so many different avenues that you can go with the insurance. You can make money with it. You can use it as your own bank. It has living benefits as well as death benefits and cash value. So we're out here to educate you guys on that. And just make sure you got some coverage from somebody. Get some coverage.
Yeah,
you know, and if you guys have any questions about or if you want to know something about the insurance, please call us and ask the question, and we can answer it for you, or we can get you headed in the right direction that you should go in to try and find insurance coverage.
Right.
Okay.
And by the way, we work with 25 different carriers. Just want to add that, which is, so I don't only work with one carrier. I have 25 different carriers that's available to me to help you get some coverage.
That's right. Amen.
Okay, Miss Kim.
Okay, I understand. Gotcha. So again, my name is Kimberly. I'm from Palestine, Texas. My why I got into this business was because of my good friend Denise. She and I have done some other business ventures together before, and she had made a post on Facebook about leaving generational wealth for your children.
Right.
And anybody that knows me knows that I love my kids. I love my grandkids. They're what I live for, and they're very important to me.
Mhm.
So whenever she told me that, I called her up. And when she told me what she was doing, because the first thing I said was, "What is you into now? What are you into now?"
Yeah.
And then she explained to me what she was doing. And she had just got into it and wanted her mentor to speak with me to give me more information and more clarity on the insurance business. I didn't at that time think I would be in insurance. I've never thought about being in insurance. Really. One of the experiences that I have had in my lifetime was I was raised by an aunt. She had a twin sister. They didn't have any kids. They just had me. And one of the sisters was real sick, and she passed away. She passed away, and she didn't have any insurance coverage. What had happened was, as she had gotten older, and a lot of times when you have people that get older in life, they don't keep up with their business as much as they do when they're in their right mind.
Right.
And I didn't know at the time, or didn't think at the time, to check into that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
So whenever she passed and we're trying to look and see what she has and find out nothing, it just so happened
Mhm.
our family was in a position where we were able to pay cash for her funeral. But had we not been blessed to be in a position to pay for her funeral, we'd have been like a lot of other families and struggle of trying to figure out how we were going to pay for her funeral. But I never, ever wanted to be in that position again. I never, ever want to be in a position where somebody in my family dies and I don't know. I don't have a clue as to how we're going to bury them.
Right.
So in some of my many jobs that I have worked, one of the jobs that I worked before coming to the insurance business was working at the funeral home. And one of the things I was able to experience was families that came to the funeral home and had coverage, didn't have coverage, or didn't have enough coverage to bury their loved ones. And in any instance, it's already heartbreaking watching people go through losing a family member.
Yes, it is.
But then to add that extra stress, compound that stress of dealing with that person not being in your life anymore, trying to figure out how are you going to pay to have this person buried. Because being that I've been in the funeral home business, I realized that the cost of funerals have gone up.
Mhm.
Where you could bury somebody for
Yes.
$5,000, you can't anymore.
Not anymore.
No.
No.
The cheapest funeral you can probably get that's decent is going to run you by $7,000 to $8,000. That's on the low end. That's on the low end.
Wow.
Then you're not even adding in the fact that if they're going to be buried and not cremated, you got to think about how much it's going to cost for the cemetery plot.
That's right.
You got to pay for the grave digger to come out there and dig the hole
grave.
and put the body in when
Yeah.
the funeral is over. You got to pay the people that works the funeral.
Yeah.
Then you got to pay for the flowers
Right.
if you want to put them away nicely. And then it's just a lot of things that go to
Yeah.
putting away a loved one when
Right,
you want
right.
to put them away nicely, or even just the care of dealing with someone's remains. Period. It's a
Right.
lot. It's a
It is.
whole lot. It's a
Mhm.
whole lot.
It is.
So being able to watch families suffer and not have the money to bury their loved ones, and let me tell you something, a lot of funeral homes got more money in the ground than they got on top of the ground. So they're not making funeral arrangements anymore to where I'm gonna pay you so much now, and then we're gonna pay it out on term. Ain't nobody paying nothing out on
No,
term.
no, no. They used to do
Yeah,
term
they used
back
to
in-
do it like
in the
that,
day.
but they don't do
Especially
it.
in the African American community,
Right.
I knew, but now
Right. It's
I don't
it's
know
hard
how
for
it
any-
is.
Right. It's hard. Majority of the funeral homes I know and that I've worked with or know of do not do it like that anymore. They don't make payment plans.
Woo.
If you don't have all the money to take care of that loved one, then that loved one will sit in that
They're gonna
cooler,
sit there.
getting
Lord.
dark, till y'all come up with something.
Mm.
And that's not how we want
Mm.
our loved ones to be handled
No.
whenever they die. We want to give them the dignity of being buried as soon as possible and give them the nice homegoing celebration that we can. You know what I'm saying? So I was able to see some of that stuff. And then you got to
Yeah.
pay for a priest or a pastor, somebody to preach the funeral.
Right.
Yeah, right,
You know what
right.
I'm saying? You got to.
Right.
It's a lot of
lot.
expense.
The
It's a lot.
It is.
It's a whole lot. It's almost like paying for a wedding because it's got so many variables
Yeah.
for that one day. For
Right.
this one day,
One day.
for that one day and everything. So I said, I don't want that to ever happen to me or to any of my children
Right.
or to any of my loved ones to be caught up in a situation where
Right.
they don't
exactly.
have it
Mhm.
to do because
Right.
it's too hard. Like you,
Right.
Joyce, I've, have helped other families. Like I've have donated
Yeah.
buying plates and stuff or pay what I could to put on their bill
Mhm.
and everything. Or and I would always say, God, if I was ever blessed with enough money, I pay for it for him. But God,
Yeah.
he doesn't work it like that.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't work it like
Mm-mm.
that.
He,
He
don't work
really
like that.
No, he doesn't work like that. He wants you to think ahead.
Right.
You got to plan for tomorrow starting today.
Right.
And that's why we are wanting to educate the community, starting with the youngest to the oldest. So you're never too young to get insurance
Never.
coverage, and you're never too old to get some form of insurance coverage. There's something out there for everybody. You just need to sit down with somebody, be truthful
Mhm.
as to what you can afford
Mhm,
to pay, so we can find something that'll fit your budget.
Mhm.
But something needs to be in play for everybody. It is just that important. And it's hard to say you love somebody and you don't look out for them in that aspect.
Mhm.
And you know
know.
what, Kim? On that note, I was thinking just earlier this week, I was walking around in my house and I was thinking, there's so many young people out there,
Right.
they're wasting their money on
Yes.
different things, iPhones,
Mhm.
cars, stuff to decorate their
PlayStation
cars.
boards,
They have
phones.
parents out there. Your parents may
Mhm.
now, and young people, I'm talking to you now. You may be able to afford a certain policy. Your parents may not be able to do it.
Mhm.
Help your parents out by getting that policy.
Mhm.
Helping your parents get that policy, pay that monthly premium.
Right.
Even if it's $50 a month, at least you're covered.
Well,
'Cause-
listen, to be
And
honest
I was
with you,
just thinking
Joyce,
about that.
they ain't got to
Just a
pay it for
week.
just monthly. A lot of them, okay, for example, them new tennis shoes that come out, them Jordans.
There's the new ones.
Yeah, the new ones. They
Cost
cost
some
about
money.
$350. What y'all say about $350?
Yeah,
If
that's
not
that's
more.
if you add that up.
If not more.
$350 would pay for a whole year worth of coverage for somebody.
You pay it one
Somebody
time.
young. You know what I'm saying? You can take that $350 and depending on your situation and your circumstances,
Yeah.
what you want, that might even pay for 6 months of coverage. You can get it on either way.
You
It doesn't
pay
have
it
to be
one time.
something.
You
Yeah,
don't have to
you
pay
don't
it
even have to
monthly.
worry
Yeah.
about paying
Just
it
keep
month
that
to
in
month.
mind. Yeah.
Just go ahead and pay it up
Yeah.
semi-annual or annually. Go and get it out the way. That way, that's something you ain't got to worry about for a whole nother year.
Right,
Oh,
right.
yeah.
And
A
just-
lot of people always say, I'm gonna wait till I get my income tax money and I'm gonna do this, that, and the third. Okay, go ahead and get your income. When you get your income
If you're
tax,
here,
If
go
you-
ahead and pay for your coverage for you and your family for the year. Go and get that knocked out
Yeah.
the way.
Yeah.
Like you do your car insurance, like you do, Some people might have to pay certain amount of money on their health insurance.
Yeah.
It's just that we want everybody in the community to understand that life insurance is just as important as driving
driving a car.
around. If you have a car, you need to have car insurance.
right.
If you're alive and living, you need to have some kind of health insurance.
You put
Whether it's an Obama plan or whether your job is giving you coverage through your job, it's important for you to have it.
yeah.
Because if it's not, they wouldn't even offer it to you.
Right.
So it's
Right.
just that
Right.
important. Here we are, we're offering you an avenue to make sure
them-
that your life is covered. Make sure that your family members are covered. So you won't have that headache. You won't have that worry
Right.
of how am I going to pay
Right.
for, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times, if anybody's life is like mine, everything has a domino effect.
Yeah.
If one car break down, 3 or 4 I'm going to break down in my
right.
house.
Ooh, we don't talk
I
about
mean,
the car.
yeah. If the air conditioner go out, you can rest for sure the lawnmower gonna go out. It's never gonna be
Something.
just
Just
one
one
thing.
thing.
It's
Yeah.
always 2
A whole
or 3
bunch of
things,
stuff. Yeah.
one thing after the other.
Yes.
And so try to factor in trying to deal with your household and things going on with your family. Somebody could be sick in the hospital. You got to pay so much
Yeah,
out of pocket to help, to take care of them. And then bam, somebody die on top of that. You got to add that expense
But just think
that
about
you got to pay right away because you can't make no payment plan. You
Right.
got to have all that up front.
right. But just think about how much money we spend on. I can tell y'all the number of phones I've broken. You know what? And guess what? I had insurance on them. I can just go and
That's
call
right.
AT&T and give me another one. So just think about. And before I got into this business, I'm gonna be truthful with everybody. I ain't had no insurance. The only insurance my husband and I ever had was when we bought our house 2 years ago. Nobody ever thought about it. Neither one of us didn't think about the importance of having insurance in the event something happened to either one of us.
Mhm.
We actually got to know about it and more into it when we bought our house together 2 years ago. Then of course something happens. We had insurance to take care of either one of us. If something happens, the house will be paid for. But
Right.
guess what? When I got into this business, everybody in my household got some insurance.
Okay.
That's right.
Grandbabies.
Yeah.
Yeah, grandbabies got insurance,
Mine do
kids got
too.
insurance. It's just the fact that, what are we wasting our money on when we can walk down to the street corner and get hit by a car? A car can run the stop sign while we're going through. We can leave here tonight and something can happen. But guess
Yeah,
what?
Absolutely.
We're taken care of.
That's right.
Well, my
Yeah,
husband's
yes.
taken care of. My kids taken care of. Everybody's taken care of. But we don't think about the reality of stuff.
Right. That's right.
I see these young kids out here every day zooming down 59 on those little, what do you call them, crotch
Yeah.
rockets?
Mhm.
The little bitty
I ain't
tiny,
never heard of that.
the little bitty tiny
We ain't
motorcycle.
got them in
Little
That's
Palestine.
Palestine. Yeah, you do got to be Palestine. You just
We
didn't know what they were called.
Oh.
You got the motorcycles
They're
where they
everywhere.
They
lay
call
down.
yeah, like
They're
that. They're
everywhere.
zooming
Oh,
on it.
Popping wheelies.
Yeah,
and
popping
stuff.
wheelies. I've seen this before.
Oh, one of them little things.
Yeah.
Okay, so I didn't know what they was.
Crotch,
I didn't know that's what they was called.
crotch rockets.
They,
I thought
they were just
motorcycles.
No, they're crotch
How
rockets.
do you spell that? I need to write that down.
you know how to spell crotch.
But and when I'm going down,
Rocket.
I'm going down the
I
freeway,
never heard
and
that's a
one
new one.
go
I'm gonna
past
use
me,
that on my
it
kids.
scares me.
Yeah.
Crotch rocket.
It scares me. I'm even afraid to even drive behind anybody on a motorcycle, to be honest with you. I'm serious.
Mhm.
My husband and I ride motorcycles. What's to say? And I had a bad habit. I ain't gonna tell y'all no lie. When we first got together, we ride a motorcycle. I wasn't familiar. Girl, I was on the phone. He stopped one day and pulled over and say, "Mm-mm." He stopped. I was on the back of the motorcycle trying to
On the
answer on the phone. He had to tell me, no more, because I didn't understand. Seriously, he stopped the motorcycle. He stopped the motorcycle because I was on the phone. He said, "No, you cannot do this while I'm
Catherine,
driving."
you hear your mama? She was riding dirty.
I was riding dirty.
Your mama was riding dirty on the back of the motorcycle with your stepdaddy. Just so that you know that. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Okay, write that down.
But
You
no,
heard
it was
today.
it was
She-
it was
I promise
basically
you didn't know.
it was her calling, to be honest with you. Now it was
Yeah, girl, she just admitted it on the radio in front of everybody. She was riding dirty, talking on the phone.
to her.
On
To
the
Catherine,
motorcycle.
to
She
that
gonna try to say
one
she was talking to you, but I'm pretty sure it was.
No, it was her.
riding dirty.
Yeah, riding dirty. She was riding dirty.
But I think back at those things. how lucky and blessed I was.
Yes, yes.
You know, he going around
Yeah.
the corner, and then he take you lean.
Wow, wow, wow.
You know, yeah, I know, lean with him. So I think
We
about
watch
those
TikTok
things.
too.
How
I love
yeah,
it.
you do. How blessed I am to be able to be here to even tell my story because I did some stupid stuff.
Yeah.
Even growing in my 20s, I recall getting the gin and juice with my girlfriend, my best friend. We'd ride the Corpus after the club. Those are silly things that I've done that I'm blessed to still be
Look
able
what
to
your
hear.
husband
Yeah, a
said.
lot of us
Look what
did
your
careless
husband said. James says, folks, when our time comes to go home, the last thing you want to be is a burden to your family. Get yourself life insurance so everything is taken care of.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Say
Mr.
that
Yes.
again.
Yes, the hubby on it.
Yeah.
Yes.
He-
That's
He's
true.
right. He's
When-
right.
When Joyce said he stopped the motorcycle
Yeah.
to tell you to get off of the phone,
Yes.
your husband also said, "Yes, I did."
He did.
That's
and,
awesome.
and because he did. And
That's awesome.
that was when we first got
Means he
together before
cares.
we were still dating and stuff. And we would go to motorcycle riding. Of course, my oldest child, the one that's on the phone now, and that's on this cut, she would be calling us, and I would
Cat, I ain't gonna let
actually
her lie
answer.
about you like that. I ain't gonna let her
And
tell
I would actually
everybody.
answer the phone,
on
and then
the
he's
air
like, "Look, we'll
that it
stop
was your
every
fault.
20, 30 minutes
I
and
ain't
you check
gonna
on the
let your
girl."
mama-
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know,
so
but
make
it
a
was
call
it was a
safely.
safety hazard
Mhm.
for me not knowing. I'll be just riding back there like this, and they ain't nothing, just bouncing. But I had to learn,
We're gonna put on Jason, probably Jason on the phone. with
Jason.
son.
But it's the things that we don't think about, and I see a lot of kids out there doing a lot of things, and I'm sure my kids do their thing too. So I ain't just talking about everybody's kid, but being safe. You can never be too safe.
Well, I wanted to add to what you were saying. A rule with my dad. I never wanted to sound like my dad, but now the older I get, the more I sound like him. And a
Mhm.
rule in his car, not a motorcycle. He never was a motorcycle rider, but a rule in his car was, don't make no bunch of noise. That's distracting, and that
It is,
causes
and
That's
that's
true.
the truth.
Right.
And that's the
Mhm.
truth.
So now that I'm
It
older,
is.
I'm like, that's what Pop
Yeah,
was
you
doing.
It's
Exactly
very
what he means.
distracting and everything, and we don't
As you get
realize
older.
it. And I recall my husband was teaching our daughters driving, and he decided to split them up. One goes in the morning, one goes in the afternoon because they were distracting each other. And it is a dangerous thing to be distracted when you're in the car, because I can tell you now, people honking sometimes distracts me because I'm thinking they're honking at me and they're not.
Yeah.
I'll stop or something, and that may be somebody up on me to cause create an accident. But again, it's so important to have that coverage, to be able to the money that you spend on silly stuff. I know I may go eat out too much, that we could actually have in the past purchased insurance.
Yeah. So to finish my story, I didn't just buy insurance to cover my family so that when they die, we have that covered.
Yeah.
But I also bought it because I have grandkids growing up.
Yeah.
And when they get to a certain age, okay, like right now I'm in my 50s. So as they grow up, I'm gonna be on a fixed income. And whatever
Yeah.
income I have, I don't want them all in it. So they have an insurance policy so that I can pull from
Oh, yeah,
that.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can,
I don't
you can
want them in
borrow
my-
from that insurance
Yeah, I
policy.
want them to be able to have a policy to where when something major happens in their life and they need it,
Yeah.
I have something to pull from, and it's not taken away from me and my husband.
Right.
Because
exactly.
we are getting to the age where it won't be too much longer. I mean, as my husband always says, our better days is behind us.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So,
Yes.
we've always worked and hustled. We've always hustled and worked,
Yes,
hustled and
yeah.
worked, hustled and worked. Well, now we're older. So guess what? Some of that hustle got to stop
That's right.
because our priorities have changed.
Absolutely.
Yeah, my priority is a good
Yeah.
night's sleep and some good food.
Right. Oh, yeah. Talk about the
Hello.
food. Now, I don't get very much sleep, but I can do the food. My
But
brain's going
Yeah.
until 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning.
I want them
And then
to
I'm
be
up
good.
about 6 or 6:30, but I can eat some food.
Okay.
We
See,
can eat some
exactly.
food.
So I want to be able to live and do what I want to
Yeah.
do. But then when they need something, I still want to be able to be there for them.
Yeah.
And so the policies that I have on my grandchildren will allow me to be able to, as they get older, if
Draw
I need to
from
pull, I can
Pull
draw
from
from. They get ready to go to college. and I don't have it, guess what?
Pull from it.
I got a bank
That's what we call our
Absolutely.
set to the side
our cash
that's
value.
tax free
Yeah.
that I can get it out of.
That's right.
And
You
see,
know what
people
I'm
out there don't know that they can draw down money from their policies.
Right.
If you've got that long-term policy,
Right.
permanent policy,
Right.
it offers you cash value,
It offers you cash value.
death
and you don't got to
benefits,
pay
and
no
living
taxes.
benefits. And guess
Pull
what?
from it is tax free.
Yes.
TAXFREE. Ask your tax preparer about that, and they'll let you know the same thing we're telling you is
Yeah.
tax free.
You know, and not only that, just say for instance, if you're out there, you get sick and you can't go to work, you can use that money to pay your bills.
Right.
Pay your bills, and that's important. You know, my daughter, I was at the emergency room with her today. She knows she got a policy. If she don't able to go to work, she got money she can use
Right.
to pay her bills. Don't call me for no money, though,
Right.
Aaron. But yeah, that's what that money is for, to be able to use when you're not able to work. When you're not able to
Right.
work, pull that money out, utilize it, because you're paying for it every month.
Right.
You know, that's your money to use when you can't work, when you're sick and you're down and out. It'll help you pay your house note. It'll help you pay your
That's
utility
right.
bills
Makes a
or whatever
difference.
bill. It makes a major difference. So if you don't have a policy out there that can do all that, I would suggest you get one.
I suggest you
no,
call
no,
one
the
of
new
us.
word I learned is ought to get one. You ought to get one.
suggest
You,
wanna
you
call
can
one of
suggest
us.
also. You
Yeah.
suggest
No,
that.
I
that's-
suggest you
our-
call
our-
one
our
of
trainer
us,
told us
so
that
we
ought
can
to,
see
the
about
ought
getting.
to.
Yeah, ought
That's
to
the
and
new word.
suggest.
Yeah,
Not you should.
you ought to, but it's important.
You ought to.
Yeah, you ought to.
Spell ought to.
O-U-G-H. Oh,
Ought
no.
to. You ought to
Get
get one.
one. Yeah, that's
Ought to.
important. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, okay. So,
I tried to be serious.
So Miss Kim, you'll pass it on to Miss Denise?
Yeah.
We're gonna pass it on
Malcolm
to
has
Mr.
something to
Brown.
say.
Oh, Malcolm has something to say. Okay.
Yes, sir, Mr. Malcolm.
Right quick, y'all, I want you to reintroduce the show for those who are just now signing in. So I'm going to put
Okay.
your flyer on the screen, and I want someone to step to the mic and explain, just rehash what we're talking about tonight.
Okay. Hi, my name is Joyce Schofield, and you're now watching Let's Talk Coverage Over Cocktails. And it is our Friday night show that we have every Friday from 8:30 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. every Friday. And the night show, we're talking about why we actually got into the business of being insurance agents and some of our life experiences that we've gone through as individual with our families or with people that we've known. So this is tonight's topic, guys.
Absolutely.
And so we're going to turn it over to Mr. Denise Kinder now.
Okay,
Hey,
okay.
from Palestine, Texas.
Yeah, I was actually gonna turn it over to Veronica, but since you called me out, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you my why.
Why? Come on.
Well, back in 2017, my cousin came to my house. He said, I just want to talk to you for a little bit. I said, okay. I had already had insurance. I didn't know he was coming to talk to me about insurance. But he came, he sat down, he gave a beautiful presentation, sold me just like that. So I had this policy, and of course, didn't read the fine print. I had insurance, but it was just accidental. And I was paying a certain amount. It was for me and my two kids, and it wasn't even $100,000. So after he did the presentation and everything, thank you, JT, I love you. He gave me, it's a term policy, so it was a lot of coverage for me and my two kids. And it wasn't that much. It was maybe like $50 more than what I was paying with just for the accident.
Wow.
And I'm like, okay, yeah, replace that, do what you gotta do, not a problem. So we went there for about 15 or 20 minutes talking about, the term policy and what it all have to offer and everything. Sign me up for it and everything. And then he said, well, you know how much I made off of this policy? I appreciate it. He gave me the whole spiel, but he said, just like us, I want to show you the compensation on how much I have made by you taking out this policy. So he did. It was like $750 he made off of me in that 15 minutes. I'm like, no,
Wow.
You gotta be kidding me. He said,
Wow.
no, I'm for real. I said, okay. He said, you think you want to do this? I said, no, I don't think I want to. He didn't get 5 minutes down the road.
You thought
I
about
called him back real quick. I said, come back. I need to talk to you. tell me just a little bit more about this compensation. So he did. I went on and signed up right then. And it was probably a week later. I took the test. I did fail the test. He said, "That's all right." I said, "You know what? You show right. It is all right. I know I can pass this test." So I just went back and I read over some more things, and he called me. We prayed about it. He said, "Now put that book under your pillow and you're going to be all right." I'm like, "Boy, you crazy." But I did exactly what he said. And you know something I found out since being with this, I heard someone say, it's okay to be a copycat. You just got to find the right cat to copy.
Yeah, hello.
And I love
That's a
that.
good
And I
one.
keep that in mind. You know, we do a lot of YouTube and we do a lot of TikToking, and a lot of these influencers out here is making a lot of money.
Yes.
That's right.
And that's all we're doing with PHP, with selling insurance. We're just duplicating. We're copying somebody who has taught us how to do this, and we're perfecting it, or we're making it our own.
Yeah, we're using their platform
Yeah.
to help us with our own personal business.
Our own personal
Yeah.
business and making it our own. We're just
Yes.
copying a good
We
cat.
copycat. We
Yeah.
copycat. We complicated.
But after I passed that test, and at first, of course, it was the commission over the mission because I didn't fully understand what I was doing.
Mhm.
And I needed that commission. So I did my hustle. I got out there and I educated the people on what I knew, on what he, offered me. And it was just turn. But when I got here and was willing to listen, and that's all we ask people to do when we go talk to them.
Yes,
It's
absolutely.
just listen, keep an open mind,
Right.
and see what we have to offer.
Right.
And I really didn't have a choice when I switched over, I would say, because the person who brought me in said, "You gonna do this, you gonna do this." And I'm like, okay, because at that time, I wasn't really working the insurance like I should.
Mhm.
So I really didn't have nothing to lose. I reached out to some of my clients and let them know that, I have switched over to something I feel that is
Mhm.
better because they offer more.
Right.
And so after I did that and really got into this, that's when it really switched over to the mission before the commission. Because even if they don't, we have planted a seed when we go into their houses, or when
Right.
we just talk to them about what we offer.
Right.
And when you're doing this for the mission, we're gonna win every time.
Every time.
I have gotten a lot of no's, not right now. But I felt so accomplished because of the information that I've obtained
Right.
and was able to share to somebody else.
Mhm.
I may have got that no right then, but later on down the line, I know
Mhm.
they're either gonna come back, and maybe because they haven't went through the experience that, have to bury a loved one
Right.
real close, or
Right.
have to go through that
Mhm.
financial situation of, having to dish out the money because
Right.
of the loved one didn't have insurance.
Right.
And experience is our best teacher. When we go through that, we'll look at things a little bit more different
Right.
and like, come on, yeah, I need to get some. If it's just enough of barrier, I'm not trying to leave somebody something, or I'm not trying to do this, but I don't want them to have the burden of trying to bury me.
Right.
Right.
But
Absolutely.
a good thing is, if you can afford it, go ahead and leave that legacy, or leave that generational money for your kids to pull out, to invest in something, that's meaningful, or to
Yeah.
help the community.
Right.
You may not have a big family, but your family is your community. And you
Absolutely.
never know what is going on in the community.
Yes.
That leaves an impact on a person. They will see the person that you are, see your heart and how big your heart is,
Right. Right.
and everything is not just about money. It's about just showing someone you love them,
Yes.
Right.
showing someone
Yes.
you care, showing someone you're not selfish, that you do have a big heart and you really care for somebody, or you really care for your community, and you want to see the best for your community. But I love helping,
Yes.
and when you love helping, like I said, if you get those no's, you're gonna get that yes, and it's gonna help you, and most of all, you're helping the family. And that is why I'm still doing this. That's why I'm gonna continue to do this, and I'm gonna continue to build a team and continue to just make sure everybody is, where they need to be. And if I don't have the answer, I'm gonna make sure I get the answer for
Right,
them.
right.
I mean, we have a lot of mentors. We have a lot of people we can copy, but as we copy these people, also make it our own flavor.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely,
Make
absolutely.
it put our own season in it to make it
Yeah,
good.
right,
Yes.
So that's why I just enjoy. I love talking to people. I love hearing,
Yes.
the different cultures, the different upbringing, just the difference,
Right,
and
right.
just to make everybody better and make everybody happy. Just do what we can do for the people. Because we the
Yes.
people.
We
the
be.
people.
And you guys, this is Life Insurance Awareness Month.
Yes. it is.
So again, if you're out there and you do not have a policy, please think about getting with someone and obtaining that policy. So therefore you can protect yourself as well as your families.
That's it.
Okay, we're gonna pass it over to Miss Veronica.
Yeah.
Well, hello, my name is Veronica Haley. My why is, I got tired of seeing people on Facebook and Instagram and all these various deals, even TikTok with the GoFundMe's.
Yeah.
When COVID happened, I lost a lot of loved ones. I mean,
Yes.
and of course they had no insurance, and to lose one after another, and the family is steady trying to piece together some pennies to try to get this
Yes.
person in the ground. And
Yeah.
some of them even had to stay in that cooler for a little bit and get a little bit darker, like Miss Kim said. So that was devastating to me. But the
Yeah.
most devastating thing to me was, losing, not one grandmother to cancer, but two grandmothers to cancer. Losing my uncle to cancer, losing a relative, one of my daddy's nieces, a cousin of mine, while in the middle of having a baby, she lost her life. And just the other day on September 13th, a good friend of mine just lost his daughter for the same very reason. So, and none of these people had life insurance.
Wow.
So, I want to be the difference. I'm in school working on a master's degree for nonprofit because I want to be able to help organizations help more people.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, I've always been that person to want to help people. So, and I'm a single mother. So I want my children to see that and reflect it in their own lives. I'm also a minister, so I've also counseled people, numerous families when they lose loved ones, and they're saying, well, we don't know how we're going to put such and such in the ground. We don't know how we're going to get them a casket. We don't know how we're going to get them an outfit, because everything in their closet, looks a mess because they haven't probably shopped for themselves in years. So I mean, we don't think about the clothes, the shoes, the makeup, the earrings that this person has to wear in the casket, but we have to get more prepared, as a whole, as a society. So, that's why I love the shirts that we came up with, the Let's Make Coverage Contagious, because that's exactly what I want to do. I want to make coverage contagious, because again, I am sick and tired of being sick and tired of being sick and tired of the GoFundMes, of the fish fries, of the barbecue dinners, and so on and so forth. I'm also tired of seeing people homeless. If they had these policies and they're able to, build that cash value, maybe they can save their home. Maybe that's another month, 2 months, 3 months, whatever, that they can do something different, or maybe they need a downsize, but they have the funds so where they can do it. They need to be more educated. This is not something that we learned in school, and it's unfortunate that the schools are not teaching what's going to help us to survive in life. They want to teach us history, that most of that history is lies. They want to teach us science, and a lot of times we're not using science in life. They want to teach us math, but it ain't the math of money. So
math.
It's math. I don't need to know nothing about trigonometry to make it in life. I need to know how to balance my checkbook. I need to know how to pay my bills and how to protect my family in the long run. So that's my why.
That's
right.
Right.
So I'm going to pass it to Miss Barbara, and she can tell her why.
Okay. I got a list of names. That's my why. Let me put my glasses on, because I want to make sure that I cover these significant names. Otha, Ruthie, Arnett, Clee, Larry, Wilbur, Verna, Shirley, Valerie, Clarence, Sean. This is a significant list of names in death. So the names in life, my legacy, my why, Ashantis, Bobby, me, Jordan.
Mm.
You know, that's my little personal legacy, but I've got hundreds of family members, you know, and my why that I got into this business, the insurance business is a $1 trillion industry. And people kind of frown on, oh, you're trying to sell me insurance, you're trying to sell me a policy. I'm not trying to sell you something. I'm trying to literally help you understand how important insurance is for your life,
Right.
for your family's life, for your legacy.
Right.
You know, there's so many things out there that we take for granted.
Absolutely.
Stephen, another one, just last Monday, you know, I lost my nephew. He's the son of Verna. And, you know, it's like so many of us or people out there in general just take life for granted.
Yes.
You know, and I can't just blame it on you know, a lot of young careless people out there, but there are older people out there that are really careless, that
Right.
don't mind sniffing out a person's life.
Yes.
You know, not knowing, you know, what kind of impact that's going to have on an individual's life or a
Right.
family's life,
Yeah.
or you know, because there's friends, family. You know, there's so many people that we've lost,
Right.
and many of them, you know, some of them, even this list, many of them had insurance, and some of them didn't. Some of them might have had policies that were severely lacking,
Right.
you know, because they didn't quite understand what it means to really have, you know, someone come in and take a look at your policy and
Right.
reevaluate
Right.
it, you know, reassess it, just to make sure that you're absolutely covered for everything that you need.
Right.
This is not a you know, sure, I want to make money like everybody out there in corporate America, everybody in the world.
That's right.
You want to
Absolutely.
make money, and this is an industry where we can absolutely make money. But this is a mission, like you said,
Yes.
Denise. Mission before the commission. It's a personal mission,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
this is each family member. If you're within the sound of my voice, you know, you need to really take a serious look at this. Take a serious look at it. I'm talking to my personal family, you know, and everybody else's. You know, you can
Right.
take a look in the
Absolutely.
mirror and
Yeah.
ask yourself, are you properly covered for insurance?
Come on now.
You know,
Mhm.
if you want me to protect you, I'll be happy to come and sit down at the table and talk to you. But if you know somebody else that you feel like you're, you know, feel like they may know more,
Mhm.
you feel like the ice water is colder on the other side or whatever, you know, go sit down with them and just have a really honest
Right.
look and talk to those individuals. Talk to them. Just read yourself about the different types of
Mhm.
coverages that are out there, and understand that this is not a game. I mean, we love to have fun. We're having
Yes.
cocktails.
Right. Absolutely.
We enjoy what we're doing. That's why we're
Absolutely.
doing this.
Yes.
We're doing it so that we can enjoy our lives, you know,
Right.
show the side of this thing that lets you understand that this is a human mission. You know, I mean, we're out here, we're on the hustle, we're on the grind to help
Daily.
people understand that this is a concept you don't want to miss out on.
Exactly.
You know,
Right. Right.
if you miss the mark, you know, just like my co-hosts were saying, you can walk out of this door. We can walk out of this door,
Yeah.
and we may not make it home.
That's right.
But you can rest assured that we've assured ourselves that
Yeah,
we're
our
protected,
Right.
so that our families won't be looking, you know, crying
now.
over our casket, or wondering where they're going to get the money for them to take care of us, to put us
That's
away
right.
properly.
That's right.
You know,
That's
if
right.
you love your family, if you love your loved ones, whoever that may be, in any form that may be,
Right.
take a close look and ask them, okay, are we covered properly? Shit, ask your neighbors. Do you guys have insurance? Did just kind of
Absolutely.
really have a
Right.
conversation, an uncomfortable conversation if necessary,
Very.
about whether you're actually covered with some type of insurance.
That's right.
And like we said again, make sure that you have someone take a look at those policies and make sure that you have the right policy that's suitable for you and
Yes.
your situation.
Right. Right.
Whether it's a simple term, whether it's an IUL, an index universal life, something that can build, that dabbles a little bit with the stock market so that it can help you build some wealth,
Right.
build
Mhm.
income for the future. Just take a look at these things
Right.
and call in, guys. Let's really talk. Let's really have this conversation,
Yeah.
because every single day we're losing people.
Yes.
We're losing
Yes.
people, and
Every
it's
day.
up to us to step up to the plate and be responsible adults,
Yes.
Right.
especially these young adults.
Yes.
Like we're saying, that's out here spending money like wildfire.
Oh,
Yes.
that's right.
And do you really you think it's gonna last? You got that much that you think it's gonna last? Some of you do.
They'll be in the gallery.
Some of you maybe you do. But really think about what you're spending it on. What are you really spending that money on? Some of you young adults, some of you may have children, some of you may not, but you need to really, really think about your future and what's going to happen, if for some reason your influencer status disappears or
Yeah.
or
Right,
for
right.
some reason nobody likes you anymore,
Mhm.
but just really think about putting some of that money aside that you're making. And if you're not making that much, still think about the things that you are spending that income on.
Right. Absolutely.
There are policies, insurance policies that you can get where you take care of yourself, and then you would leave, your loved one, your mother, your father, or your son or your daughter. You would leave them in a situation where, they're taken care of. They can see you in the light of the person that you really are.
Mhm.
You honestly can't stepped up to the plate and you showed them how mature you were.
Right.
You
Absolutely.
stepped up to the plate and showed what a great father you were,
Right.
a great
Right.
mother you were,
Yeah.
a great brother, a great
Mhm.
friend, great business partner.
Right.
There's even
Right.
policies where
Mhm.
business partners can assist each other. You can put a policy on that person can put a policy on
Absolutely.
you,
Sure can.
and your
Oh,
business is
hey,
taken
yeah.
care of.
Well, hold up.
Absolutely.
Hold up. We all business partners. Do we need to put
Hello.
policies in the
Yeah.
Hey,
Say, let me
we
get
got
your information after
applications.
the show. Talk
But
to you.
guys,
That's
I get really serious and personal about this.
Yeah.
I'm a very cheerful person. I'm a very happy person. But when I see that there are people out there that don't get it, fine.
Yes.
If you don't get it, fine. But maybe one day you're gonna really, really come across a situation where you're gonna have to take a second look at it.
Yeah.
They don't want to wait until it's too late.
Right.
Because 5 years late is better than 5 minutes too late.
Absolutely.
Just keep that in mind. Because
Absolutely.
we're here today and gone tomorrow.
Mhm.
And I always say that, even if you don't have one, it's been 5 years since you last had one,
Mhm.
get one today. Sit down with your significant other, your spouse, or your husband. And if you're husband and wife, sit down together. You got small kids, figure out
Mhm.
how and what you're gonna do to make sure if something happens to you,
Mhm.
that your kids are covered. And on
Right.
another note, with that being said, if you have small children and you have a policy, one of the things I would suggest also is that you sit down and do it the legal way as to where and how you want that money distributed.
Yes.
Because you're just leaving a policy here and your kids are going to go to Aunt Mary or
Mhm.
Uncle Sam or whatever. You need to know how and spell out in writing
Right.
how you want that money to be spent.
Distributed. Yeah.
And how you
define
want it to
those
go. If you're going to
beneficiaries.
use it for the kids' education, or do you want to make sure if they don't go to college, they don't get nothing? That's how I had mine set up. You ain't get nothing if you don't get the education.
Right.
So,
right.
but that money needs to be, it needs to be spelled out how that money is to be spent. And again, don't let tomorrow or next week go by and then you be saying, I wish I should have, could have. Because it's too late to say, I
Mhm.
wish I should have, could have. And there's a lot of grandparents our aunts and uncles who's out there taking care of their nieces and nephews and grandkids. One of the things that you guys need to also know that even though you're the grandmother, grandfather, whomever, you can still get a policy on that grandchild without the consent of the biological parents. We do that. You don't have to have the parents' consent to get a policy on your grandchildren, or if you're taking care of the niece or the nephew, you don't have to have that parent's consent if they're out there living the wildlife. Go ahead and protect that child.
And you don't have to have their social
You don't
security
have to have a
number.
social, exactly.
Right.
You do not have to have a social security or anything like that. Protect that child because you can get in the car, like I said earlier, and not make it to the corner.
That's
stop
right.
sign.
That's absolutely true.
And I can say that from a personal experience because that happened to me one time. I was right around the corner from my house,
Mhm.
and I got into a car accident.
That's how it happens often.
You know, and
You
that,
can be
that's
so close to
statistically
home.
stated that
Mhm.
Yeah.
that most accidents, happen close
Yes.
to your home.
Yeah, within 5 miles.
Within 5 miles, and it happens. So it's something that we all need to sit down with our families and discuss. It's gonna, it's gonna be an
Yeah, don't
uncomfortable
stop being afraid to
situation,
talk about it.
an
you know?
uncomfortable conversation.
Yes.
People don't want to talk about it. Yeah, we got to talk about it.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
you
I
absolutely
remember,
do.
growing up, and I would hear my grandmother, my mom. I didn't want to listen to that,
Right?
but reality is, one day we all are gonna pass away
Mhm.
from this
That's
earth.
true. That's true. And I can
You know.
attest to the fact, my mom would say, baby, I'm tired, and she'd say, I'm not going to be here. Like, Mom, we do not want to hear that. No, we're not
Exactly.
gonna talk about
Yes,
that.
yes.
wanna hear
You
Yeah,
know,
we don't want to
we
hear it. We don't
always
wanna
say
hear it.
that,
I
you know,
said it to
But you
myself.
better start listening when
I
when
said it
people are
myself.
talking. Yeah.
Hey, y'all, Monday I'll be 63. So, I'm
Praise
already,
God.
I'm glad that I'm here tonight. But what's to say I'm gonna be back here next week?
That's right. Mhm.
Because when your number is called,
Hey,
your number is called.
it's called.
I'm not guaranteed to even be here tomorrow.
That's right.
Mhm.
I've known people to go to sleep and never wake up,
Mhm.
and I just talk to them. I'm like, what?
Right.
Mhm.
Yes.
I'm like, they were fine.
Mhm.
Nothing was wrong with them.
Right.
You don't have to be sick for God to call your number.
That's the truth. That's the truth.
You do not. And I used to think, you got to be sick and
Mhm.
you got to be in the hospital. And
no.
it's
Yes.
nothing like that
No,
at
come on.
all.
No,
You
yeah,
know, look, we
no.
live in Houston. We got 45,
Oh, my
59, I-10,
Death
610, and
traps all
290.
around us.
All death traps. And if you travel on 249, death trap.
Oh, my
1960,
goodness.
death trap.
Hold on.
I mean, we got death
Yeah,
traps.
that's
everywhere.
Well, see, we live in the country. What we worry about not is the highways so much. We
The
worry about the
deers,
deers, the
the
wild hogs.
Mhm.
Yeah, I heard about a wild
Yeah,
animal
armadillo.
situation where
Yeah.
a group of wild
bears.
hogs killed a lady.
Oh, yeah.
The panthers,
That actually happened.
tigers.
But you guys know,
Lions.
what was it, 3 years ago when I met you at the Tea Cakes?
Mhm.
I got hit by a wild hog coming from Livingston, right? And I was getting ready to go across the bridge and the hog. So what do? Either hit that hog, or if I turned, I was gonna flip in that river. So my choice was to hit the hog.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that's what I did.
Wow.
And the cows.
In all of that. All of
Yeah.
that. 'Cause
You
my thing
know,
was-
work at TDC. We used to have the
the deer. The deer.
deers.
Yeah, the deer.
Oh,
I've been hit
yeah.
by a deer before
Yeah.
with all
Me
my
too.
kids in the car. It's no fun.
Me too.
It's no fun. I'm telling you, it can
Me too. I have
we need to think about and our goal out here, guys, is to educate everybody,
Everybody.
every community there is.
Mhm.
What does that say?
Yeah.
Brooklyn Sun is on she's a family member of Real Talk 100 Radio. Thank you for tuning in, Brooklyn Sun. She is a co-host on the Rely radio show. Rely stands for Rebooting and Uniting Lost Energies. That show airs every Tuesday night from 8:30 to 10:30. Thank you for tuning in, Brooklyn Sun. Brooklyn wants to know, where do you begin at the different age stages
You can begin
concerning life insurance?
as
Any stage,
early as
18.
1 month.
Mhm.
I got
the
it.
day
I got
the
it.
baby is born.
Where you
Well,
begin is calling one of us.
Yeah.
That's where you begin, baby. You call one of us, and that's how you get started.
Yeah.
And
That
then
is
we'll
it.
take down your information, and then we'll go from there. But the first thing to do is which is admit, number one, I need coverage,
Yeah.
or I need my
Yeah.
coverage looked at.
Mhm.
And then the second thing is to call one of us. so that we can discuss with you what it is that you're wanting to do.
Yes.
What do you want to do? Do you want to just cover your funeral
She know my
expense,
ages.
or do you want to?
Yeah, she's asking about what age can you start getting into the insurance business.
Well,
Or-
I think she's asking because she has children. At what age do you cover your kids?
Can you start
Oh, the
covering?
day that they're
At the
born.
womb.
The day they're
No,
The
born.
day they're born.
No.
Out of the
She said-
womb.
She said, thank you. I think y'all answered.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Out of the
Yeah, they're
womb.
born.
Because I will tell you,
No social, just
with it being so rampant, I would definitely do it from the day that you
Oh,
that your
absolutely.
baby is
Mhm.
born. But what really got me is when I was working at a hospital, and insurance people came to the hospital and wanted me to put insurance on my kids, and I was like,
You thought they were crazy, did you?
look,
Yeah, it happened.
yeah,
Been
I
down
was
that road,
like, why
too.
would you want me to put insurance on my kids? It's like you're trying to see my kids are gonna die. Like I
Yeah.
was
Mhm.
so
Yeah,
That's
it's
what I was
to the
thinking.
case.
That's our
understanding.
mentality.
It's
Yeah.
getting an
I
understanding.
Because it
was,
happened
and
to
I'm
me
like,
too.
if I have insurance, now my kids are gonna die because I have insurance on them. You know, I was like,
And
a
a
horrible
lot.
way of thinking.
That's
but-
what people think. It's
Yeah.
like they're putting a bad curse on themselves.
Mhm.
Because like we live in Palestine, which is a small community, which have a lot of older people, and they have older way of thinking. And a lot of people won't get coverage because they're
If you'll
afraid
kill
that
them.
if they do, somebody gonna kill them for $10,000. The $10,000 policy.
That's all. it
I had
is.
family members that thought that way.
Yeah.
You know, you start
A lot of
talking
people do.
insurance, the thing that she must be gonna
She
kill
will
me.
be.
So
Right.
now you're telling them, hey, I know I'm your cousin, but you need insurance. I ain't trying to kill you. I'm trying to protect you
Right.
as well as help you protect your
Yes.
Everybody
your
else.
kids, grandkids, your nieces, nephews, whomever. I'm not trying to kill nobody. I just want you to be covered.
On that note, ladies, on that note, you don't have to tell anybody.
No, you don't have to tell anybody you got it.
You can get them in,
How
you
is
can,
that
you can
legal,
insure
though?
them. You can insure them and don't even tell them, right?
How is that legal to get an insurance policy on somebody without telling them?
Only your kids you
No,
can
you-
get one without
Without telling
telling them.
Right.
Oh, okay. So I couldn't like protect like a family.
Your ex-husband or anybody like
that
that.
would be nice.
Yeah, I tell you, I put it out there. I put it out there.
Well,
last
you have
show
you
we
have to
had.
get permission
because
you have to have their
permission.
signature.
Because you know there are some people that feel like what you just said. If you're putting insurance on me because you're planning something,
Yeah.
or
Mhm.
because
It's
you want my
not.
money, and it's not about that. Because I've even heard people say that. Well, I'm dead, so I don't care how you bury me or what you do
Right.
with me or if you have the money to bury
I
me.
don't-
I'm
I wouldn't
not
know
here, so,
anyway.
yeah, it doesn't bother me.
I've heard that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I've
You
heard that
know,
before, too.
And working in the medical field for the last 26 years, I actually learned something very strange the other day because I'm an organ donor and I always put it
Me
on my
too.
driver's license.
Mhm.
Well, I'm the person who watches all of the funeral home people on TikTok,
Wow.
the people that the morticians and stuff. And I follow a doctor, a new doctor that is a surgeon, and then there's another one that's an emergency doctor. And they were talking about different things that they experienced. And they said it doesn't matter if you say that you're an organ donor on your driver's license, because if you have living family, they have the
Right.
last say.
Really?
And so if you want to be an organ donor, but your family doesn't know that you're an organ donor, your family can then tell the doctor, no, they're not going to
Mhm.
donate their
Right.
organ.
I'm a organ,
It's the
organ
same
donor. I didn't know
thing
that.
with life insurance.
Mhm.
You know, if you have life insurance, it's so important that not only do you tell somebody that you have life insurance,
Mhm.
but where your policy is.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
Malcolm just experienced a death a year ago, and we know there's life insurance.
But where is
Ain't
it?
nobody found
Yeah.
it.
It
And
happens
when
to
his
my
dad
husband.
was passing, he kept giving his mom a combination. And she kept asking me, what is he saying? And I'm like, he's giving you a combination. 2 digits 3 times. That's a combination.
Mhm.
Right.
He's trying to tell you where the life insurance policy is.
Mhm.
But nobody could put 2 and 2 together. That life insurance policy is locked somewhere.
But not only that, I if y'all correct me if I'm wrong. I thought that once someone passes away, because that's why the hospital collects social securities, and I'm saying this because it's based on my own experience, right? When my dad passed away, I had a policy on my dad. When my stepmother passed away, I had no idea I was the recipient of a policy.
Mhm.
And I just happened to be, my husband and I were coming home. I checked the mailbox and I got this letter and I opened it. It was addressed to me. And it said, we've been trying to contact you, rah, rah, rah. And it was from an insurance company. And I'm thinking, how are they trying to contact me? Never thought anything. And of course, when I flipped it over on the back side, I just happened to see her name. And I was the recipient of a policy I had no idea about. So that's what I'm saying. Wouldn't they have contacted him?
Nobody
Well,
asked.
maybe
It's been a
he
year.
didn't. Maybe they put your name down and didn't.
I was explaining this off camera to Miss Denise earlier. His faculties went to slipping before it snuck up on him before he realized it. I
One
think
day he was good, the next day
one
not
day
so
he
good.
was good, one day the next day he wasn't. So I think he planned on revealing where
Gotcha.
everything was,
Mhm.
but he didn't take it seriously. He was gone.
Yeah, he
Mentally,
thought he was
he was
coming
gone.
back, but he was just sick. You know, he didn't think it was the end. And one thing that we learned through that experience is now the mom is left with, she wasn't the beneficiary on the bank account. She wasn't on any of the bills. So she wasn't able to pay the bills. She is struggling right now with the possibility of losing her house because she doesn't know when the taxes are due. They won't give her any information because she's not
Not on the
on
Right.
it. Yeah,
Mhm.
so we've learned a lot just in the last year
Yeah.
of why it's so important to have life insurance.
Absolutely.
And not
And it's
only
drawn
that,
out.
but the communication factor.
Right.
So-
In
Absolutely.
writing.
What I've learned in the funeral home business, whenever an insurance company reaches out to you, it's because somebody reached out to them and let them know that somebody passed.
Right.
They were able to get that information
Yeah.
from another
Mhm.
family member. And a lot of times how they got it was somebody thought they was the beneficiary
Uh-huh.
Oh, really?
and found out they wasn't. So they allowed that company to know that this person is deceased. And they probably, because a lot of
It activates.
times when you talk to an insurance company that needs to release benefits, they're not going to give any information, but they're going to ask you a bunch of questions.
Mhm.
And they even probably ask them, well, can you provide us a death certificate or tell us where that person died and what day? They can find it either in a obituary of the online, or they can find it in a newspaper clipping if it was
Mhm.
announced
Mhm.
in the newspaper clipping, but they can find that out.
Mhm.
And that's how they know to go ahead and start activating that policy.
Policy.
But
Right.
if they're not told that that person has passed, then they'll just hold on to that forever and a day.
Mhm.
And I wanted to say something else when you were talking about the donors. So what I found out also by working at a funeral home is that a lot of institutes, soon as somebody dies, they start calling the family,
Mhm.
want to know, can they have this person eyes,
When they're on
ears,
life
nose,
support,
throat,
all of that.
really?
Yes, they do. That's what they did
spleen,
to my sister.
all of that.
In
And a
Michigan.
lot of times what
They're
they'll
like, wait a
do
minute,
is
she's not.
if they
she's
don't
not
get a hold
gone
to the
yet.
family, if
started
they don't get a hold
immediately.
to the family member right then, the
What?
next person that they call is the funeral home, and they'll try to convince us to tell that family, don't move that body till we get there and get that organ.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Well, I know
It's-
I'm an
it's
organ
their money.
donor,
They'll
so I
do
need
it.
to know all this
They'll
stuff
do
because
it.
I didn't know all this. This is all new
Yeah.
information because,
Well,
of course, you go to your driver's license, you sign all this stuff,
Yeah.
you know, which I am, and I think my husband is as well.
They're
So
gonna ask
I
the
didn't know
family
all
member.
this stuff.
Right.
They do
Like,
experimental stuff on body parts and stuff. They do experimental stuff. So a lot of universities and technical schools like that,
Mhm.
or pharmaceutical companies,
Mhm.
they'll reach out because they want that organ
Mhm.
so that they can either
Right.
use the test on it, or they can act, you know, if it's in
Activate
good
it.
shape. Because what they'll do is when they find out somebody done died, they're gonna call the hospital and find out what kind of shape was that person in.
Mhm.
Was this
Wow.
body part okay? Was, you know, did they have this, that, and the third? If they didn't, oh, we can use that.
Right. Even
So they're
donating the
gonna try
bodies
to
as
stop-
cadavers, for
So
the
if they
different.
know what
Really?
funeral
Yeah,
home is
medical
coming to pick that
institutions.
person up,
Mhm.
the first thing they want to do is call the funeral home and tell us, please tell the family to call us before y'all pick that body up. We want to get that person's heart. We want to get that person's eyes. We
Right.
want to, you'll be surprised, baby.
But if
Yes,
you're
ma'am.
relying on your family too, if you've got a family member that doesn't believe in that,
Yeah,
they
Mhm.
could really ruin you from saving so many lives from being an organ donor.
true.
Like, I just had major surgery and Malcolm knows how to handle everything. He knows my wishes and everything, but I wanted somebody outside of Malcolm to make that decision because legally we're not married. So legally, he's not the person that the hospital is
Right.
going to rely on for
No,
certain
they're gonna
information.
go with him.
So I called my brother and I was like, blah, 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 blah. If this happens, this is what I want. He's like, why are you even
It's
talking about that?
extremely important.
We don't want to talk about that. And I'm like, well, you don't understand. Malcolm is my person, but in the eyes of the law, in the eyes of the
Mhm.
hospital,
He's not.
he's not my
not.
person.
He's not.
Right.
Yeah,
And-
absolutely.
even to the point where I tried to put medical insurance on him. We've been together 10 years. We share everything. But I couldn't even get insurance on him in a
wow.
state that's common law
Oh, wow, that's weird.
because we didn't have a bank account together. We got everything else together, but because our bank account wasn't together, they denied him to be on my medical
That's
insurance. So if they're
crazy.
going to deny you for medical insurance, they're not going to. They're not
That's
going to
for
ask
work,
you
right?
anything. Mhm.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
They're
'cause
not
I
gonna-
was
they're
able
not
to
gonna
put my
ask you
ex on
nothing
mine.
about
And
I,
do
I was able to put
crazy.
James put me before we married on his insurance.
And I've done that
Yeah.
I
before
think it
too.
depends on the company.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
hospital would,
Wow.
because I have really good insurance,
Now,
but no bank account, no policy.
now the current company that I work for, they won't do that. But the company I worked for in the past, my ex was on my insurance, and we
Mhm.
definitely wasn't married, never got married.
Well, when I was at Kingwood from '99, I was there 14 years. They put same sex before same sex was legal.
Yes.
You could even put a same sex
Mhm.
partner on your insurance.
Wow.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean it was just crazy.
When
So,
it listed as domestic partner or
yep,
something like that.
Yeah,
domestic
domestic
partner.
partner.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's very important if you get the policy that, you put it somewhere where somebody can get to
Yes,
it
absolutely.
and that multiple people know about the policy.
Yes.
Right.
Because, you tell one person, what if that person is in the
Dies.
car or dies before
Mhm.
you
Right.
or what? And I've always told him, we need to go ahead and do a will because at the end of the day,
Absolutely.
That's right.
I mean, I
Absolutely.
might leave you $30,000 and you're supposed to bury me, but if you were mad at me the day that I died, he'd be like, I'm not.
Mhm.
Put her in
That's
the
a whole
freezer.
that's a whole different show.
Put her in the freezer.
Put it in the
That's a whole different show.
I'm not that
Put it in
bad.
the freezer. Put it in the freezer.
I'm not that bad when I'm mad.
Yeah.
Well,
In a week, if she's not frozen, I might bury her then.
She doesn't get frostbitten.
And that is truly where the beneficiaries come in. You've got the primary, you got the contingent, and there's tertiary.
That's
Yeah,
right.
they have like a number of
yes.
lines that you
Lines,
can put
yeah.
on there as long as it all equals to 100%.
Right.
So that's something that people really need to think about also.
Right.
Right,
know,
right.
Who responsible people that they really want to leave their policies
So
to.
And
if you divide your
know.
policy 33, 34, 33, who then is responsible for the funeral costs? Did they take that out
34.
first?
Or 30.
Oh, the 34 is?
They have the most percentage, so they're the ones that makes the
Oh,
final
Mhm.
decision out of the three.
oh, okay.
That's why you
Kinda like
probably
that
need to
in
have
business,
another
too.
policy just
Yeah.
for the funeral part of it. And if you want someone to be another policy to be distributed for the individuals to live from.
Mhm.
So that's why I say you can never have too many
Yeah.
policies.
Right.
Because
That's
you
true.
can, you can have as many policies as you want.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I don't want to buy out the put 10, 15 policies. I mean, I'm gonna start thinking like everybody else.
Mhm.
Well, what you get all these damn policies on me for?
Right.
Right.
But you
You
have to
know.
understand, you have to sign for those. As
Yeah,
an
yes,
adult,
true. Yes,
you have to
yes.
sign and okay,
Yeah.
am I going to sign this or
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
so
true.
your statement earlier about the ex-husband, I couldn't put one on him. 'cause
You
he
have to
hasn't
get the consent.
If
Now,
he- if
like
he-
when
if
I
he
made
have his
my
consent.
mistake, where I made my mistake at is when I was going through a divorce with my ex. He actually called me and said, "Hey, you need to put a policy on me based on the fact that I had the kids and something happened to him."
Mhm.
And my attitude with him was like, "Screw you, boy," and hung up. But if I had been smart and knew more and
Right.
had been more educated
Mhm.
on things like I am now with the insurance, but hell yeah, I stuck a whole bunch of them on him at
Right.
the moment.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because at
Yeah,
least
as
now
long
we
as
have
he consents.
grandkids.
Right.
Right.
Mhm.
So now that they would have been covered because they come up, they're gonna have college.
Mhm.
Right.
Look at that. At least there's something to protect them and help them on their way of growing up. But back then, I'm like, "What about? Get off my phone. You just want to hold a conversation," because I was
just want to hear
ignorant.
my voice.
Yeah, exactly. You want to hear my voice. But I was ignorant to the fact
Yeah.
of knowing anything about
Right.
insurance because we weren't taught that.
Right.
High school I had general business, but I had nothing that said anything about you needed to buy an insurance policy or
Mhm.
anybody having an insurance policy. Did my family speak of insurance policy out in the open? No. I recall my grandmother having a policy, the insurance guy coming to the house collecting the premium or whatever. But no one ever sat down with us as kids to discuss, y'all need to make sure if y'all get older, y'all need to have a policy. No one ever discussed that. That was one of those conversations in our household that never occurred.
Right.
Well, one thing, I another TikTok. I follow a group that finds abandoned homes.
Okay.
And in one particular home, it was a doctor, his wife, and 3 children. And all of them had life insurance policies. And they took one of them little Cessna planes on vacation, and none of them came back.
I remember, I read that.
None of them
I
came
read about
back.
he was
And
a
they were
doctor.
each other's
Beneficiaries.
So literally the house was left with everything. Nobody
The
got
state.
the policies. Everybody perished, unfortunately, in the plane. What would your suggestion be with that? I mean, would you pick somebody outside of your immediate family, or how would you, because that could happen.
That's a
good thing.
will situation at
Yeah,
that-
that's
at
a
that
will,
point.
because it goes into the estate. Does he have
Mhm.
brothers and sisters or mom or dad?
Mhm.
And all
Next of
that
kin.
would be awarded to the next of kin.
Gotcha.
So if his
Mhm.
parents were still living, it would possibly most likely go to his
Go to them.
parents.
Okay,
Mhm.
okay.
Or they can
Yeah.
also donate it to their favorite charity. They can
Right.
leave that
If they-
as
In
Yeah.
your will.
Yeah,
in your
yeah.
will.
Mhm.
Yeah, because when I watched that, I wondered that, like, what happened to all that? Because
Yeah, that's-
obviously, whoever got it didn't care about the mansion that was left
Mhm.
behind.
That's
A
why.
beautiful mansion.
Yeah, because they eventually do like an extensive search of next of kin.
Yes,
Yeah, I've
yes.
seen that in movies, but I didn't know
Mhm.
that was legit.
You
Like,
know,
they
and
actually do
since
that.
Lisa said that, that reminds me of when I was married, we used to fly here with all 6 of our kids, and me and the ex-husband. My mother always said, "Y'all need to split up. Y'all don't need to all be on the plane." I thought, what's wrong with her? You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, I read the same article that you read, and then I thought about, man, that's everybody don't need to be on the same plane,
Mm-mm.
because if you all perish at
Wow,
one
that's so true.
time, it's you're gone.
Mhm.
See, you making me second guess when we all go on vacation on the boat because we cruise together as a group.
Mhm.
So you making me second guess
Yeah,
if I should
You don't want to have
get
a
on the
Titanic
boat
moment.
with the kids and the husband, or should I let him go by himself and then me and the kids?
Think about this.
I'm gonna have to sit down and think how
you
how I want to do that, how I want to divide
Well, I
that
would have
up.
a conversation with the sisters, the brothers.
Yes,
the aunts, the
have
uncles,
those
the aunts, and say,
conversations.
we're all going.
Yeah.
Here's where this is. This is what I need you to
And-
do.
exactly.
Because if
exactly.
it's God's plan for y'all to go together,
Absolutely.
That's what's gonna happen.
It's
Yeah.
gonna happen.
And I was gonna suggest, like a lot of people, they hide their insurance policy. They don't want anybody in that space of knowing all that intimate information. You can always buy a safe deposit box at the bank,
Mhm.
so that whenever you do pass, they can get into that safe deposit
Right.
box, and they'll be able to take care of your final wishes
Mhm.
that way as well.
I went live on Instagram momentarily. I'm going to turn it off, and I'm going to direct them to tune in to the YouTube. Let them know who you are right quick in about 1 minute, all 5 of you.
Okay.
This is the Let's Talk Coverage Over Cocktail show, and they want
Here's
life
the cocktail.
insurance.
You talking to Cut.
They want life insurance to be contagious. I have the camera tuned. I have the camera real close on Kimberly right there, her shirt,
Okay.
because I was already on her. There you go. Stretch it out for me. And I want all 5 ladies to say. I want all 5 ladies to say at one time in unison on 3 and give me a toast. Let's talk coverage over cocktails. I want y'all to put it together.
Okay.
Cameras on y'all now. Talk to them.
Let's talk coverage over cocktails.
When do,
Yes, it's Friday.
when do they tune into y'all? And what are they going to learn? Excuse me.
You're gonna join us every Friday from 8:30 to 10:30 p.m. What we're talking about and what we discuss is the importance of having insurance. We're out here trying to educate the communities. It doesn't matter what nationality you are. You can be Black, white, Asian, Hispanic. We are trying to make coverage contagious. We're talking about this every Friday night. Please join us, and we're going to teach you what you may know, or even maybe what you may not know. So I'm Joyce Pinchback Schofield.
I'm Kimberly Hutchison.
I'm Denise Kinder.
I'm Veronica Haley.
Barbara Harris Calvert.
And
And
we are Let's Talk Coverage Over Cocktails. Each and every one of us are independent insurance agents, and we'll be able to help you and answer any kind of questions that you may have over any kind of coverage that you may think that you want to have for
Exactly.
you or a loved one, just get in contact with us. We would love to sit down and educate you on what you can do and what is available to you. There's a lot of resources out there for
That's
you.
right.
There is a coverage designed just
That's
for
right.
you.
Yes.
But
And,
you gotta call us and let us know what you need.
and also, guys, we're in
If you need
48
someone to talk
states.
to,
We're-
call me. Satisfaction.
Call me. Hey, everybody, we're also in 48 states, so
Call
please
me.
call us.
48 states.
We're located in every area of the city.
Yes.
Any location, you can find us, and we'll come to you as well.
Girl.
I have a question.
Sure.
Sure.
I have a question for, we touched on it before, with people who aren't experienced
Mhm.
in the area of insurance. So I'm speaking for them right now because I've been there. I'm not there anymore, but I've been in a position where I'm like, well, that's for rich folks. And you got a lot of people out there who think that right now. So I want you ladies to talk to them right quick. I don't want to offend anybody and say the wrong thing, but some people don't know, and there's
That's
a word.
That's okay.
There's
We'll
a
talk
We were
word.
that
about it.
way.
There's a
We
word
were
I
that
could
way.
use.
We're gonna talk about it.
We were
Yeah.
that way as well. As a matter
Right.
of fact, a lot of us was ignorant to the fact of
There you
we
go.
could get. I can say that word. I don't mind saying it. Okay, I'm gonna speak for Kim. Kim was ignorant to the fact that you could get coverage and not have to spend a whole bunch of money
Exactly.
for that particular coverage.
Right.
So for what you pay a day for Starbucks,
Starbucks.
you can cover yourself and your children and your husband. You can. You just need to talk to somebody to see what's available so that you'll know what you can be qualified for, because everybody is different. So we would have to tailor fit the coverage to
Right,
you and your
exactly.
needs, because we also look at health issues. We look, and here's the thing, a lot of times people feel like I can't get coverage because I have diabetes.
Yes, you
I got
can.
this, I got that going
Yes, you
on.
can.
But there are companies out there that will cover you.
That's
How
right.
many of them we got, yours? Tell them again, how many?
We work with
How many?
25.
25.
Carry.
25, 25, 25, 25.
A
whole 25,
quarter.
25. I let 25. Somebody gonna get you, player. Somebody gonna get you. Somebody gonna get you.
Yeah, and we deal in suitability also. Like you said, is your age, your health,
Yes.
Yes.
just your general status. You know, we deal in making sure that coverage is
That's
suitable
right.
for you.
Absolutely.
Right. And if you guys out there, if you want to get a group of people and you're in a different state, we will come to you.
We sure
We'll come
will.
to you.
We'll come to you. So
That's
don't
right.
think that we're not. We're available. We're available to come to you. So if you decide that, hey, let me just get up a group of people,
We will travel.
and so you guys can come
I
and
believe
discuss
I
this
can
insurance
fly.
thing
We
with us.
look good coming off the plane.
We will travel to where you are. So don't let that hinder you from getting insurance, because you may not think you have anyone else where you are and you want to talk to us. Call us. So please do.
On the note that I believe I can fly.
Yeah.
We do
Come
fly.
on.
We fly.
I
We
believe I
fly.
We flew down
We
here on
fly.
45.
We fly.
Real.
I try to behave and be serious, but with these ladies, I can't do it. Y'all. I can't do it.
Yeah, do we?
on-
Kill us. Get in trouble. It was a good song. I still love it.
Okay, go ahead. What was you saying, Mr. Mayor?
Yes, sir.
Y'all done took my memory.
No, we
flew
will
away.
travel. We will travel.
No, on a serious note,
We will
we can
travel.
fly wherever you are.
Yeah,
We
took my
travel
memory
wherever
like
you
that.
are.
Boy, that's
And,
good.
and if you don't want us to come to you in person,
We have
come to you
Zoom.
on Zoom.
That's right.
We'll Zoom, baby.
Zoom,
We'll
Zoom.
Zoom.
Okay.
Oh,
We did Zoom.
I remember what I was gonna say now. On that note that y'all were talking about with the dang, Kim, you got me again. Oh, Okay, seriously, before I forget again.
Okay.
You were talking about, you buy this and you buy that, and you could be, you said, I think it
I
was
said for the same amount that you pay for coffee at Starbucks,
Absolutely.
you can actually get a policy
on
to
that note,
cover you and
Yes.
your family.
yes.
Yeah.
On that note,
Yes, sir.
I get in trouble with somebody all the time because somebody likes,
Starbucks.
she wants to go cruising 2 or 3 times a year.
I
She wants-
love
I'm a
it.
travel agent.
She wants, hold on. She wants
I
to
like to
cruise
cruise.
2 or 3 times a year.
That's
She
okay.
wants to spend money the way she wants to spend it. And I'm looking, and I'm the sensible one. I'm like, okay, listen.
All right, Malcolm, don't say that too loud.
I understand.
My husband watching.
Hey, James!
Hold on. Let me help you. Let me help you with that. Let me help you with that because I like to cruise too. My husband and I are frequent cruisers. My husband and I we cruise at least 2 to 3 times a year. You know why? Because we try to live our best life. And if we're going to work hard, we're going to play hard too.
Amen.
But here's the
I
thing.
understand that.
Because I did not know, because we weren't educated about insurance at the time,
Right.
we didn't do as well in that area. But when you know better, you ought to do better.
better.
So now that we know better, we're going to do better. And I'm going to speak that over your household too. Your wife is going to take care of that. As a matter of fact, I speak that she's already done it in the name of Jesus.
Amen.
Yes.
And as a
That's
travel
true.
agent, how can I send you on a vacation if I don't take a vacation myself?
That's
Damn.
right. That's like us trying to sell
Damn.
insurance.
And we ain't got it ourselves.
So we got it.
We got it.
We
She
can't
got
sell
it.
you something
She
that
don't get it. Don't worry about it. It's covered.
we can't sell you a product that we don't have.
That we
That's
don't
right.
use ourselves.
And you can't take your money with you.
And you
Can't.
can't.
So why
No.
not enjoy it while you got it?
No.
Got to.
I understand all that,
What's the problem?
but I'm
What's the problem?
on Kimberly's note right now.
Okay, what the problem is?
For the same price, you can get Starbucks or something
Are you
for
telling me to get an
you can get an
insurance
insurance policy.
Yes.
All I said was, now
Yes.
I'm gonna make a funny joke right quick.
Okay, go right ahead.
All I said
I like the
was,
man.
was,
What you say?
is some of this money
Mm-hmm.
we can take and turn it into an investment so that our
Absolutely.
money is gonna start working for us.
That's
Yes.
absolutely true.
That's true.
You don't want me to go cruising until I'm old and decrepit. Now I'm like, no, I didn't say that.
At least you're protected while you're cruising.
While you cruising.
James got a comment for you.
Oh Lord.
Malcolm, you're outnumbered.
So here's the thing. We were supposed to cruise together next month. But his philosophy was, we just took a cruise. We need to be investing in our businesses and we need to be working. And I don't want to take another cruise until we're at a place that we can take it.
Exactly.
So I sold our cruise to my brother. And we kept our August cruise. And I'm not going to say my cruise was miserable, but I had just got released from liquids from my surgery and was just able to start eating. And I couldn't eat the entire cruise. Everything came out right back to the ocean.
Yeah.
So I didn't go to any shows.
Oh.
I didn't play bingo. I didn't watch a movie under the stars. I didn't go to the disco. I had I'm not going to say horrible because I was around family and friends that I hadn't been around.
But
so
you
it
didn't
wasn't
have
Yeah,
a
but
cruise.
Exactly.
You didn't have the cruise experience.
Exactly. So now my brother has paid for me to join him on his cruise.
He
next
paid
month.
for it.
He paid for it.
Oh, you gotta
Awesome.
go. You gotta there. You gotta go.
You gotta go.
That's
That's
somebody else's
awesome.
money.
But now,
Malcolm, you got a problem with somebody else's money?
Well, you
Oh,
okay,
okay, you
make
go.
that money then and go
but
on.
I always go with him. So he's going to miss me and he's never, ever going to tell me again.
Malcolm, just go with the flow.
Yeah.
Yeah, Malcolm, just go
He's
with
never,
the
ever going to tell me again that he doesn't want to go because
I got you. I got
You know, free is always good.
Free is
Free
free.
is better.
Anybody
Free.
want to pay for a cruise for me? I'm willing
Anybody
to go.
want to pray for a cruise for me too? I'll go. I gotta go with my husband though. I gotta take him. He a bulldog. He don't play the bulldog.
I'm going on a cruise in March. Be my hubby.
I was
Well,
trying to go in
Cruise
October.
money, let me do what I want to do.
But now we
Ain't
trying.
gonna
Now we
go.
gotta
That's
think about
right.
why we both may not need to be on the same cruise ship.
Oh my
Yeah.
Make sure you leave a
Joyce,
will.
please send me more
Okay,
information.
Joyce,
Very important.
please
session
send me
today.
more
Keep on.
information. Very informative
Carol
session
Burns.
today. Keep
My
on
girl, I'm
doing
down.
what you do.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am, Miss Carol. I got you, Carol Burns. Yes, I'll hit you up on the phone tomorrow.
Perfect.
Yes, absolutely.
Perfect.
Yes.
Real quick,
Perfect.
everybody, real quick, I want you to read my shirt. and all the ladies' shirt, y'all stick your chest out, ladies. I'm gonna stick
Stand
mine
up.
out.
Let's stand up.
Let's talk coverage over.
Over cocktails.
No, this one is.
I'm
let's
sorry, I'm sorry.
make coverage
Make
contagious. We want coverage to be a household conversation.
Yes.
We want everybody to get comfortable talking about coverage because it is that important.
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely. So we're gonna make this thing contagious. We're trying to get it a household name.
That's it.
We want you guys to have those conversations that are uncomfortable.
Exactly.
Yes, they are going to be very uncomfortable, but those are conversations that are very much needed in our communities all around the world. All around the world.
And it ain't
Yes.
about and don't get us wrong, life insurance coverage is not just about death benefits, it's about living benefits.
Living.
And it's also about investing in yourself.
Yes.
Because you could get a universal index
Policy.
and let it grow some interest.
That's
Yes.
right.
And then later on pull that money out. Like who was that they was talking about? Somebody we knew bought they wife or somebody a
Right.
Range Rover.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Our policy.
Yes,
On
yes.
policy.
And he
Insurance
put
policy.
money off into it,
Yeah.
but he didn't touch it over the years.
Right.
Right.
And
Gotta
that's
let
what he
it
wanted
sit for a
to
little
do
bit.
was surprise his wife. He pulled that money out tax free.
Tax
When
free.
it paid cash.
Wow.
Because he
His
became
wife.
his own
He
bank.
became
bank.
his own
Own
bank.
bank.
Yeah.
Ching ching.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did that.
You can.
Cling cling ching ching.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he did that.
Cling cling ching
And he
ching.
bought a Range Rover.
Range Rover.
Yeah, he was his own bank. He did the hell out of that.
Yeah.
Rover.
Rover.
Yeah, roll over, Rover. He did that.
Yeah.
He did that. So I'm saying that especially for the young people out
And
there.
he's young.
Be smart about your
Really?
money. You don't have to have a college education to make a decision, to make an educated decision to take your money and invest it in yourself.
That's
so that
right.
later on down the line, you'll have money to pull out tax-free to do some other things with it. Buy a house, buy a car,
Mhm.
buy a dog. I don't know. But you can do some things with it other than to just use it for burial purposes.
That's right.
And not only that, all of you guys out there who work for government entities, school teachers, other Fortune 500 corporations, we also take 401ks and we roll those over. We roll them over, because you know what? You need to look at your 401k, because if you know that the market goes up,
Your money goes
Money
up.
go up.
but when the market goes down, your
Your
money
money
goes
goes
down.
down.
Your money.
So I would suggest you take those 401ks that you have and roll them over into annuities.
Yeah.
We do that, guys. We
Yes.
can help you do that. And again, that's you being your own bank. You know, your money can grow money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
right.
Right?
More
That's
money,
right.
more money,
Yeah,
more money.
More money.
More money,
And more money.
money.
Show me the money.
Okay.
Show you the money.
Okay,
Show you the money. So
I'm gonna
again,
show you
guys,
how to take care of that money.
you know, and again, I want to bring this up too, guys. If you're out there and you're also interested in getting into the insurance business, becoming an agent, being your own boss, working when you want to work, hey,
Get up when you
Yeah.
get up.
get up.
Give
when
us
you
a
wanna
call.
Give us a call, because we
That's
are hiring.
Mhm.
We all are.
We are looking for business partners.
We have business partners. Yes, partners.
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 Not partners, but partners.
Partners.
Partners. Partners.
All right,
We
partners.
are partners.
We're building a business. We have our own businesses. You know,
Yes.
we've been in this thing, and we're out here. You know, we're educating people on the importance of insurance, as well as building our own individual businesses.
That's right.
And we
Right,
are
right.
hiring. We're hiring 18 and up. No
Yeah.
felonies.
No felonies.
No felonies. We can't help
No
you there.
felonies. Can't help you, player.
Yeah, but if you're
But we can insure
insured,
you.
But we can get you insured.
yeah,
All
we can
right.
do your insurance.
Okay.
We
But
do some insurance.
But again,
Do
we
that,
have
yeah.
a great compensation plan that we offer to you.
Call us up. We'll tell you about it.
Yeah, holla at us.
Yeah, we'll tell you about the money.
Holla.
Holla, holla, holla.
That's real good.
Holla.
Holla.
Yes, Mr. Malcolm.
Ladies, I want y'all to, and I'm asking this because of where I've come from. I want you to talk to the audience who is in love with a thug, a gangster.
I'm in love.
I
with
want
it.
you to talk to them because I didn't understand as a kid. My dad put a life insurance policy on me, and I was like, you know, the ignorant guy, what are you putting a life insurance policy on me
Right,
for?
'cause
You
we
know,
didn't understand.
I didn't understand.
Right.
Talk to them. Why should someone, a male or a female, who's in love with
A gangster.
a gangster
That gangster.
that's living that
lean.
life, that street life, why should they put a life insurance policy on their loved ones? Now, and we already know it's written in stone. We already know, but I just want to break it down so we can reach them.
That gangster might be the breadwinner. So if that breadwinner is no longer with us, what are we gonna do?
What you gonna
Mm-hmm.
do?
What
Yeah.
we gonna do? That sounds like the color purple.
Well,
What we gonna do?
and you know, when you're out there, when you're out there in this society and you're about that life, you're about that life.
Get it, girl.
You know, you need to have something that it's not guaranteed you're gonna walk back through the door.
Right.
No, it sure
Because
was.
we all been put thug hat on.
Now, don't talk to him.
Yeah,
Don't
so,
chill
you know,
and talk to
but
him
if
about
you-
that.
Yeah, seriously. If you're about that street life, you know anything is possible.
Right.
You know, and I guess I'm gonna do a little bit of the TV thing because I used to watch a lot of TV because I know back in the day when you were out there being a thug, drug dealers and all that. I'm talking about some Shaft stuff here. Yeah. Okay. When you out there, you're Shaft. I'm talking about the old school Shaft.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you're capable of not even walking back in the door. And it was back in those days, if they couldn't get you, they gonna get your family.
That's right.
So again, that's why it's so important to protect yourself, protect your family. If you're gonna be out there being Nipsey, what's his name? Nipsey Hussle.
Nipsey Hussle.
You know, we all should have learned from that. You know, him being in that life at one point in time, people gonna still think you about that life. You try and change, but somebody gonna always make you take off your
Stop that.
Kim, you was doing the.
James said stop that.
Hey, he said, James said, Kim, stop that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Joy. But he was like, stop that. It is not for you.
He put that on his wife head.
You are not a gangster.
But you know, those are things that you know we have to be smart enough to learn from other people's
Yes.
mistakes and other people's experiences. You know, you know, people out there. What's the guy with the Migos that was here in Houston?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
You know, got shot down.
Yeah.
You know, wasn't aimed at him.
Oh, yeah,
just
yeah,
in the
yeah, I
wrong place at
remember
the
you
wrong
talking
time.
about.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
stop thinking you're invincible.
we're not.
Yes.
You know,
You
bullets don't
you
have
gotta
any
learn
eyes.
how to really
Or now,
protect
you know,
yourself and
So
protect
if you
your
like
family.
about that lifestyle of you know, doing your thing, you know, if you got a woman at home or a wife at home and you got
And
kids,
you got a
you
baby
need
mama.
to make sure that you're covered.
Yeah.
It's your duty.
Mm-hmm.
It's your duty because she ain't out there trying to tell you to go out there and do, but you're doing what you feel like you need to do.
Right.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, to make ends meet or put food on the table or whatever the reason may be, but you still need to be covered.
Oh, yeah.
You know, get that policy. Go talk to somebody. If you know you're doing wrong, hey, you need to take care of it.
That's one way to really show that you're the man.
Yeah.
Woman.
Absolutely.
Yeah, or woman.
You the kingpin or you
Yeah.
the queen pin, either which way it go, you need to
Invest.
protect
Invest.
your investments.
Investment.
If
Yeah.
you're invested in your family, you need to make sure that whether you here
Mhm.
or you're gone, that your family is taken care of.
Yeah.
Whether
yes,
you die
yes.
or whether you get locked up, you need to make sure that your family and your household is going to be okay with or without you.
Because
Right.
remember,
That's
if
how you really G up.
because if you get locked up, don't call back here asking your mom and your dad if you have a policy on me because we can't get one.
Oh, yeah.
It's
We
over
can't
at
do that.
Yeah.
Once
that.
you locked up, we
Once
can't
you
help
locked up, you awarded to the state of Texas,
Right,
or
so we
whomever-
can't
whatever
put
state.
a
Because
policy on you.
I've had my own family member to call me, someone to know, do his mom have a policy? Boy, you in prison,
Mhm.
you know. And then I'm getting that phone call saying, you know, Angel, can we, you know, he wants to know. No, I can tell you that right now. Ain't nobody getting no policy on him. He's
Mhm.
off limits.
Right.
Right.
That's
I don't
right.
care how
And
many
it
Social
takes a couple
Security.
years.
I don't care how many
Yeah,
Social
To get out.
Security
That's right.
numbers you have. You cannot get a policy on anyone.
That's
I'm gonna repeat
right.
myself. You cannot get a policy on anyone that is incarcerated
That
at that moment, and then once they get out, it takes a couple of years before they can obtain a policy.
That's right, James.
Oh, yeah.
Joyce, it didn't hit me until I was, I lived a life for real. It didn't hit me until I was laid up in the hospital bed. I was handcuffed to the hospital bed and shot up,
Mhm.
and it hit me. I was like, man, I'm not
With
supposed.
the new baby.
I'm not supposed to be alive yet, and with a new baby, a newborn child, and that's when it hit me. You know,
And it takes certain things to make us think about.
Oh, yeah. Wake up call.
A wake up call is what it's called.
Right.
Wake up before we think about what we need to do with our life, what direction we need to go in. I know I've been down some crazy stuff back in my younger days because I didn't have no sense in my 20s. I mean, I carried a gun everywhere I went.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was about that life a little bit, but as I got my son,
I can't.
seriously, no, I'm being honest with you. When I had my son at 24, I had to make some decisions.
Mm-hmm. And
Really,
then-
because I would have ended up in the prison. I realized I can't take care of my son
in no
in no prison. So I had to change my way of thinking and my lifestyle because my attitude back in the day was I didn't give a damn about nothing to nobody. I mean, it's my way. You know how many times I had fights and stuff, walking and carrying a gun? And my mom used to say, of all my children, you're the one I worry about.
Mm-hmm.
I was the
Oh,
only
yeah.
child. She said, I worry about you. Because my mentality that I had, it was crazy.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's what my.
So and I
that's
thank
what my
God
dad
that I'm
used to
where
say
I'm
to me.
at today. And I can
Mhm.
sit here now and tell people, you know, I was lucky. I was blessed
Mm-hmm.
because some of the way I lived my life, I was going around the world. I was flying around the country. I was all in other countries by myself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, living my life according to Joyce, doing what I wanted to do. And I look at people now going overseas, don't even make it back home.
Mhm. That's
Oh,
so
yeah.
true.
That's right.
That's really true.
You know, and those are things that I think about when I hear these stories or read about them. I actually like, thank God I made it home. Thank God my mama didn't have to go through that with me. Thank God my daddy, and my daddy used to tell me, you know, I call my dad up. Even after 9/11, where was I at, Kim? I went to Norway. I was in Norway 9/11. And my dad's like, you don't need to go. I'm like, and my attitude was, I ain't letting nobody stop me from living my life. I'm gonna go. I went.
Mm-hmm.
Went without.
best life.
Yeah, that's what I know. But you know, these are things that
What the song say? Okay, I'm gonna have my drink. I'm through, James.
Yeah, but just think about how many young people are doing that right now, George. Young ladies, young men, they're out there just living their life like
The
that.
lady
Don't,
got
not
detained
even
in
thinking
there.
about it.
And Dubai was my next one. It was on my bucket list. But just think about going to Dubai and the young lady over there with a friend who got pulled over. She went to jail too. Go back to get her purse out the car. They detained her from coming back to America.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I'm gonna keep my ass from Dubai. I don't even want to go to Dubai no more.
Mm-hmm. And then if
I
you
ain't
think,
going over there because
you
they,
think
the
about,
games that they play.
The laws are horrible over there.
Yeah,
If
you
we
can't-
went, we can't even sleep in the same room because we're not married. It's illegal.
Yeah, yes. You can't even
Illegal.
talk loud. That's what she got arrested for. Talking loud like
Yeah.
we doing now. Kim, you be in jail.
I'll be in
In
jail.
jail.
Kim will be
Yeah.
out.
locked
Yeah.
up, they won't let you out.
We can't even do no radio show over there with Kim.
Yeah.
Kim have us all in the jail hall. We be calling. We be trying to
Me and
get to
Kim both.
Yeah, you
He's singing an old school song.
I'm living my best life. I ain't going back and forth with you.
Oh, you got 10 more years added to your sentence.
That's right. Yeah, that's exactly.
You want choke on?
You want to go home, bread?
Shake a light.
But you know, those are, you know, we have to sit here and say we're blessed.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
as Anthony Hamilton say, coming from where I came from,
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah.
blessed.
Yeah.
Every
yeah.
day.
Absolutely.
Yeah, every day. You know, so
Shout out to Anthony Hamilton, who was up there in Africa right now. He's doing concerts
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Love me some Anthony
Oh
Hamilton.
yeah.
yes, me too.
Ladies, in the last approximately 10 minutes left in the show, what is your call of action to our listening audience?
My call of action would be that you guys sit down with your families, discuss this conversation, which is going to be an uncomfortable situation about being covered, about protecting your families, your kids, your husband, your mama, your daddy, your niece, your nephew, your grandkids. Sit down and discuss it. If you're your husband and wife, you got grandkids out there, and you know your kids aren't living their life right, cover those kids, cover yourself, cover that person who may be out there not having that perfect lifestyle. Make sure they're covered. So in the event that something unfortunate happens, you don't have to go through trying to get money to do the right things.
Mhm.
I want to end on a note of the call of action is take charge. If you are an adult in any shape, form, or fashion, take charge of what you hold nearest and dearest to your
Yes.
heart,
Mhm.
which is your family
Right.
and any of the possessions that you have. Go ahead and act now, because there is no greater time than right now to act upon it and secure all the things that you love.
Mhm.
Right.
And does it cost to get a consultation?
No.
So why not get a consultation and see what they have to offer?
Absolutely.
Mhm.
We don't
Absolutely.
charge to come out and visit with you, or you can come to our office and visit with us.
Or you can Zoom us.
Zoom. We do Zooms, so we can also set that up at a time that's
Zoom.
convenient for you
Then
to do a Zoom call. If you want to do a Zoom call with you and your
Skype.
family or numerous
Skype.
family members, then do so. Just give us a call and we can actually set that up and we can actually do it from
You
that point.
FaceTime.
And
Yes.
that's a really good idea.
You
Just
FaceTime.
just invite a bunch of family members and
Yes.
friends over, and we'll sit up and talk to them. We can enjoy
Absolutely.
the conversation.
Right.
It's going to be a little bit uncomfortable, but that's a good time to just really
Yes.
communicate
That's
and
right.
ask questions, and then we could actually help you get
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 everything
yourself
set up.
covered, get your family covered. You know, look, we can make it a little networking event or a little
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
entertainment
Absolutely.
event. We'd be happy to come to you. and
We'll
do
even
that.
bring the cocktails.
That's right.
Bring the cocktails. We'll bring the cocktails. You know, we'll do whatever it takes to get
We'll meet you where you
Get
are.
us to
get you
talk.
to get your family covered.
We can
That's
talk.
where we come in.
Talk.
We're here to help you do what's necessary to explain to your family members what coverage is, what coverages are out there that's available to you.
Let's have a conversation. Oh yeah, I
You
like
can
that.
Make it a new
family
family tradition to have that discussion.
Yes,
Absolutely.
Yeah. Right,
Absolutely.
On that note, James and panel, on that note, I wanna introduce an upcoming event to y'all, and I think it would be lucrative for all of us to show up. Hopefully,
Absolutely.
we'll have Lisa signed up by then. But everybody needs to come to this event. I'm gonna give a shout out to a friend of ours. This is her event. Her name is Amanda Nutt. Newlyweds.
All right.
Newlyweds. The event is right here. It's called the Happy and Twisted. There it is, right there.
Wedding.
There, yeah. It's,
Yeah, I signed up for it.
you did
Why
already.
not?
Yes, I
why not
did.
get them right when they're
I
getting
did.
married?
Exactly. It's the
I did
perfect
sign
time.
up for it.
Right,
Yes.
right.
Getting married, purchasing a house.
Yeah.
We actually have a booth
Twisted
ourselves. We're the,
Yes.
we're the travel agents for that.
Okay.
So we're excited about that. For sure.
Awesome.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
that's
did.
a good time when you're starting a marriage. Why not?
Yes.
Right.
Make that part
Absolutely.
of your
Excellent
plan.
time.
Yes.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Like James just said, make it a family tradition.
Absolutely.
Why not start at the
And
beginning?
Thanksgiving is coming up. Christmas is coming up. You guys know people on Thanksgiving, these young crowd, they're in the clubs Thanksgiving Eve or
The
Thanksgiving night.
holidays are
They're
coming.
out there
Mhm.
partying and everything. Christmas Eve, they're partying. The day after Christmas, they're partying. People are in the shopping malls. People are getting pissed off at people shopping, and especially when they have that,
Oh, my
what do you call
goodness.
that
Fighting it while
The Black
riding.
Friday.
No, the Black Friday, yeah.
Oh,
They're acting
God.
crazy.
That's horrible.
So I'm telling y'all need to make sure you guys have this coverage. Get with somebody and get coverage. To all my family and friends in the Houston, Conroe area, out surrounding towns, I'm available to talk to you about coverage. So all I am is a phone call away, or text away, or get on Facebook, holler at a girl, and I'm there. I'm there
That's
for
right.
you.
And also because it's the holiday season,
Yeah.
a lot of family members come home that
Right.
haven't been home. And that's a good time to get information and to have that discussion. And if it's a holiday time, if you want to call one of us up so we can have a conference call or a Zoom or whatever we need to do so we can give you some information for you and your family, we'd be happy to do so then as well.
Just think about how many people sit down at the Thanksgiving table, and I've heard of this eating a certain food, and it kills them. You know what I'm saying? Because especially them collard greens and stuff, give you gas. You know.
So what you trying to say? Somebody blow out the gas? And
No, it's just it can't. It's seriously. I've heard of this growing up.
Okay.
Holding it in, it goes
Yeah.
to your heart.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say, Lisa.
I don't never.
You ain't got to worry about me.
She said that's what I'm trying to say.
Let it go.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I just want to say though, young adults
Just
out
let it
there,
go.
just remember that time is passing fast.
Absolutely.
You know, you're not going to be young and vicarious and all that forever. Just take time out to think about what you're doing and get yourself covered. Just really think about, what you're spending your money on, how you need to budget, and just allot some time for yourself. And you're doing that for your parents that have taken care of you for all these years, and for, a lot of you have little kids, just do it for yourself and for your family, the people that you love.
Exactly, because there is no age
COVID didn't teach
on
you
death.
anything.
Oh my God, I
You
had
know,
it
I
twice.
mean,
That part.
all the deaths from COVID.
Yes.
alone,
And it's coming back.
Even nurses who took care
Yes.
of patients with
Mhm.
COVID.
That's the way.
I had a
yes.
very good friend that worked at North Cypress. She wasn't there when she passed. She was at another facility,
Mhm.
but she was a COVID nurse, and she passed away.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And left a lot of kids. I mean, I would say a lot, but I think she had 5 kids or whatever.
That's a lot.
Anytime you start a family, whether
Yes.
it's your spouse
Yes.
and yourself,
Mhm.
or you bring kids into it, you have to think about them. And I don't think
Absolutely.
I think a lot of people's mentality is, oh, that's not going to happen to me.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
no,
what
I
they,
got
they
time.
really
I
think
Yeah,
that.
worked
I
at-
got plenty of time.
I worked in emergency management, and I'm telling you, we have people that, like you said, the doctors and the nurses taking care of people with COVID pass away.
Mhm.
I mean, I dealt with this every day, because that was
Absolutely.
part of my job, is to staff the doctors and nurses in the hospitals. And I was over Montgomery County, Rick Center, as well as, Harris County and Montgomery County. So I dealt with the getting the IVs into the patients at the last
Mhm.
minute and things like that. And it happens. And again, COVID is on the rise again. And people say it's about election. Election ain't got shit to do with you getting sick.
Yeah, it's got nothing to do with it.
Nothing to do at all with
Mhm.
you getting sick. And I don't know where that mentality comes from, but it's crazy.
because
thinking,
the little yellow guy said in 1988 that COVID was coming.
yes,
So
absolutely.
that's why they blame it on the government, the aliens, all of a sudden.
Mm-mm.
Well,
With the Bible.
it's 10:30. We want to thank you guys for joining us for another segment of cover. Let's talk coverage over cocktails. Meet us here next Friday, same bat time, same bat channel. Woo!
I'm empty.
Look,
But
Woo!
thank y'all for another great show. You were too?
You done got another.
Got her
Thank
back.
you guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight out there. Hope to see you next Friday. We're going to talk about what we're going to talk. We'll figure out what we're going to talk about and get back with you. But just join us here and every Friday from 8:30 p.m. to 10:30 p.m.
There you have it, y'all. That was another great show of the Let's Talk Coverage Over Cocktail show. Like Joyce said, every Friday night. Tune in. Put your wine, your favorite cocktail, your favorite
Absolutely.
adult beverage on ice, in the freezer, in the refrigerator, days ahead of time. The day of, put it in there at 10 o'clock in the morning. So by 8:30
Yes.
at night, it's ice cold, and you can drink with the
Let's
ladies.
chill.
You can sit here. We can be adults. We can be adults and sip our favorite cocktail and do business, talk business at the same time. Talk about protecting your family. Talk about financial wealth. Talk about getting your family in a position to where they're comfortable if there's an untimely death in the family. Untimely deaths happen all the time. That's what this show is about.
Absolutely.
And they want you to be comfortable. So tune in to Let's Talk Coverage Over Cocktails every Friday night from
Every
8:30
Friday
to 10:30. We're gonna have another good show. Every show gets better and better
Gets
and
gooder
better.
and gooder.
And if you're watching this after we go off live, just remember you can always send us a message about some questions that you have for next week. So they're prepared
Absolutely.
and ready to answer your question live on
That's
air.
right.
If you're watching it, let us know you're watching it. Don't forget to share, tag your friends, and definitely have that conversation over air. I watched on the news, on Facebook last night about a 5-year-old boy that was missing, and I kept saying to myself, God bless the family. You know, I hope everything's okay.
Yes.
I woke up this morning and I picked up my phone, and it was a family member of somebody that's a friend on Facebook. And I bet you they didn't think they would be burying a 5-year-old
Wow.
very soon. Tragic end to that story, and we definitely send out our love and prayers to the family and everybody involved. So you guys, tomorrow's not promised to any of us, no matter what age you are. So if you have any questions, and again, they already said it on the show, the consultation is absolutely free. So what do you have to lose?
Have nothing.
Take 30 minutes, an hour, however long it takes, ask all the questions you want to ask, look at the dollars, and then decide if you can afford it or not afford it. But they said they have a policy for every budget. So,
Yes.
you know,
Right.
take time and invest in yourself and at least get the information to be knowledgeable of what it would cost you.
Right.
Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Right. Thank you.
On 3, ladies, on 3, as we end the show tonight, I want to say it loud and proud. So stand up,
Loudest one left.
stand up for me. The loudest one left. We want to make life insurance what?
Contagious!
We want to make life insurance contagious here on the Let's Talk Coverage Over Cocktail show. Y'all join us next week, y'all. Join us next week and every Friday night from 8:30 to 10:30.
Hey.
We're going to talk about insurance every Friday night, y'all. We're going to talk about
Every Friday night.
every Friday night. Every Friday night. Tune in. These ladies are going to have information for you. Reach out for more information. Reach out to me and I
Absolutely.
will refer you to the ladies. Reach out to me if you want to know more about it.
Yes.
That's all we got tonight. And as I end the show, let's pay a couple bills, y'all. This show was brought to you by Wagons Fold. Wagons Fold. Wagons Fold is a baby stroller and a wagon. One of the best wagons in the entire world. I promise you that. Your next baby shower, this is the gift that they should have. This is the gift that the mother should have, a Wagons Fold. Go to wagonsfoldusa.com right now and shop today. Thank you, Wagons Fold, for being a proud sponsor of Real Talk 100 Radio. We'll see y'all soon. Y'all keep it locked to Real Talk 100 Radio the rest of the night. We've got a lot of great music for you. A lot of great music for you. Just tune in, tune in, tune in. Go to our Facebook page and click the link in the bio and jam all night long. We've got a lot of Southern soul for you, a lot of 90s R&B and hip hop hits. And then we've got the ratchet music. We've got the kids music, that music that a lot of us don't like. But we play a lot of it on the station because we support independent and underground music artists. That's all we got tonight, y'all. Thank y'all. Share the video. Share the video all over the world because we want everybody to know who Let's Talk Coverage with Cocktails is.
Absolutely.
This is the cast right here in front of you, and we'll see y'all very soon. Good night.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Good night.
Boom, boom,
Farewell of thee, this thing.
She said, but boom, boom, boom.
Look, I used to do that on our Monday night.